Hello there, welcome to Disney Parks Addict. Today we're going to take a look at all 356 current Disney park attractions. I will go through this guide chronologically, starting with the park that began it all in 1955, Disneyland. As you enter the park, you will go straight into the iconic Main Street USA. You will need to walk under the first attraction in this guide, the Disneyland Railroad. This is an 18-minute relaxing journey in an authentic steam-powered train that will take you around the whole of Disneyland. You have the choice to stay on the train as long as you want as it loops around the park, or you could use it to travel between the different stations in New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, Tomorrowland, and of course the starting station on Main Street USA. Along with the amazing views of the park, there are also some unique dioramas and scenes throughout your journey. If you are like me and are a fan of Disney Parks history, then you will love the Disney Gallery, a small museum dedicated to exhibits showcasing attractions and icons from all the Disney parks around the world. Right next door is the Disneyland Story, presenting great moments with Mr. Lincoln. This show opened in the park in 1965, and although it has gone through various changes throughout the years, it still features the impressive audio animatronic of Walt Disney's boyhood hero Abraham Lincoln. After a brief but moving film all about President Lincoln's life, you will then meet the man himself as he delivers highlights of some of his greatest speeches. You will also be able to explore through a treasure trove of Disneyland history, including a scale model of how the park looked on opening day, rare photos, and other exciting memorabilia. Further down Main Street USA is the Main Street Cinema, where you can enjoy 6 short Disney animations from the 1920s and 1930s. This includes the short film that made Mickey a star, the classic Steamboat Willie. This is a great place to get a short break while enjoying some Disney history. Throughout the day, you can ride on one of the amazing Main Street vehicles. The 4 vehicles you can have a chance to ride are the horse-drawn streetcar, which is an old-fashioned trolley, the jitney, an early automobile, the fire engine, and the omnibus, a gas-powered open-air 2-story bus. Main Street USA also has a plethora of dining and shopping locations, and of course, the beautiful Sleeping Beauty Castle. In the hub area in front of the castle, you will be able to access 4 of the 7 theme lands within Disneyland. We will work our way around the park clockwise, so the first land you will come to is Adventureland. Just as you enter, on your left side is the land's first attraction, Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This opened in 1963 and still delights guests today with the amazing audio animatronic birds, flowers, and totem poles singing the beloved soundtrack. Even if you're not a fan of the show, it is a great attraction to take a rest and enjoy the cool atmosphere. Right outside the attraction is the Tiki Juice Bar, where you can try the famous Dole Whip, a delicious, cool and fruity snack. Further on into Adventureland is another classic attraction, the Jungle Cruise. This was an opening day attraction and is an awesome boat ride that takes you through different jungles from all around the world as you encounter animals, natives, and of course the backside of water. It's famous for the funny jokes and puns that the Jungle Cruise skippers use throughout the attraction, which adds another amazing element to your beautiful journey. It has recently had some amendments and updates which has breathed some new life into this iconic attraction. Disneyland has just made the announcement that Tarzan's treehouse has permanently closed and will be rethemed. As it is a really unique attraction in the land that gives some great views of the park, it will most likely continue to be a treehouse attraction. There have been some rumors of an Encanto retheme, which would be amazing, or for it to be reverted back to its original Swiss Family Robinson theme due to the new series coming to Disney+. Whatever the final decision is, we are looking forward to what the Disney Imagineers can come up with. The final attraction in this land is Indiana Jones Adventure Temple of the Forbidden Eye. This is a dark ride that takes you on an adventure with Dr. Jones as you wade through the jungle and enter a temple where a deity will offer one of 3 gifts: eternal youth, earthly riches, or the power to see into the future. Due to the design of the ride, the chosen gift could be different each time, which will change a few scenes throughout the ride with the use of projection mapping. This is an amazing attraction with lots of different scenes and hidden Easter eggs from all of the Indiana Jones movies. We now move on to New Orleans Square, which is home to 2 classic Disney attractions. The first is Pirates of the Caribbean, a dark boat ride that takes you on a journey through many different scenes featuring treasure, skeletons, pirates as they take over a town, and of course Captain Jack Sparrow makes an appearance. Many changes and additions have been made over the years, but it still holds up today as it did when it first opened in 1967, and is a must-ride attraction in Disneyland. Another plus, you can dine in the Blue Bayou restaurant and watch as the boats from this attraction float by. The other classic attraction in New Orleans Square is the Haunted Mansion. This offers great theming, a fun storyline, and amazing special effects. It has one of the greatest ride pre-shows in the infamous stretching room before you head on to the Omnimover ride system that takes you through many different scenes within the Haunted Mansion. You will come face to face with lots of haunts, including the Bride, hitchhiking ghosts, the medium Madame Leota, and of course the Hatbox Ghost. I'm sure you're dying to try this attraction. Now onto the next land, Critter Country. You will first come to the amazing Splash Mountain. This great log flume ride takes you on an exciting journey with Brer Rabbit as he leaves home for an adventure whilst being pursued by the despicable Brer Fox and Brer Bear. As you probably know, this attraction will be getting a retheme to the more popular Princess and the Frog. We can't wait for the change and are very excited to see what the Disney Imagineers will come up with. At over 10 minutes, this is one of the longest attractions in Disneyland and is a great way to cool down on a hot day. Be sure to ride Splash Mountain before it closes for the retheme. You can take to the rivers of America on the Davy Crockett Explorer canoes. You will join in the fun as you paddle around Tom Sawyer Island while taking in the amazing sights of Disneyland. This only operates on busy days, usually weekends and the summer months, and will close early to prepare for the nighttime shows. The final attraction in Critter Country is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Join Pooh Bear and the gang on this dark ride through many different scenes featuring all your favourite characters, including bouncing with Tigger and a Heffalump dream sequence. This is perfect for younger guests and fans of the honey-loving bear. Next is the newest area of the park, and the ever so popular Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is one of the busiest sections of the park, and I would suggest heading here first for a chance to ride the amazing Rise of the Resistance. If you like Star Wars and dark rides, then this is probably the perfect attraction for you. Walt Disney Imagineering went all out when designing this attraction, which features a trackless dark ride, a walkthrough section, a motion simulator, audio animatronics, huge practical sets, and an amazing storyline. All of this results in one of the greatest Disney attractions ever created. The other attraction in Galaxy's Edge is the exciting Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. This is a motion simulator attraction giving 6 riders a chance to be a pilot, gunner, or engineer as you go on an interactive smuggling mission. It's great fun and gives a great re-rideability, trying out the different roles as well as attempting to beat your previous scores. Head to Batuu to experience these amazing attractions as soon as possible. You can access Galaxy's Edge through Critter Country, Fantasyland, and Frontierland, which is the next area in this guide. First, you will come to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This mine train roller coaster really doesn't disappoint. The theming is fantastic and takes you on an exciting journey through the abandoned mines of Rainbow Ridge. On this runaway mine train, you'll experience all the dips and turns, encounter dinosaur bones, hear the cranking of the lift hill and bell whistles, and have a very enjoyable ride. And don't forget to look out for the goat. Also in Frontierland, you can set sail around the rivers of America on board the Mark Twain riverboat or the sailing ship Columbia. You'll be able to take in the sights of Frontierland, Tom Sawyer Island, Critter Country, and New Orleans Square on this nice little 12-minute relaxing ride. It's perfect for taking a break in between some of the more intense attractions in the park. You will also be able to visit Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer's Island by taking a raft boat within Frontierland. The island contains caves with references to characters from the 1876 Mark Twain novel The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and provides interactive, climbing, and scenic opportunities in its caves, forts, and other exciting landmarks. In 2007, extra Pirates of the Caribbean elements were included to the island. This attraction has the distinction of being the only one designed by Walt Disney himself. From Frontierland, you can go straight into Fantasyland. So let's take a look at all the 13 attractions that Fantasyland has to offer. First is Pinocchio's Daring Journey. This is a dark ride which will take you through scenes that feature the Stromboli Circus, Pleasure Island, Monstro the Whale, and other characters from this 1940 classic animated film. Right next door is another dark ride, Snow White's Enchanted Wish, which is one of the few remaining 1955 opening day attractions. Of course, it has had many updates over the years, but you'll still see Snow White dancing with the dwarfs, the evil queen creating her master plan, and of course the prince and Snow White living happily ever after. Next to Snow White, you can't help but notice you'll be right in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle, where you can enter into a walkthrough attraction and explore winding passageways where the epic tale of Princess Aurora is told through 3D dioramas and stunning special effects. In the center of Fantasyland is the King Arthur Carousel. This is actually an authentic carousel that was built in 1922 and was located in Toronto, Canada, before being purchased, relocated, refurbished and modified just in time for Disneyland's opening in 1955. All the horses are unique, and I think it is best to ride at night to enjoy the amazing scenery around Fantasyland while listening to an organ-based soundtrack of Disney classics. Next is the Casey Jr. Circus Train, a rideable miniature railroad based on the train of the same name from the 1941 film Dumbo. It gives passengers a tour of many miniature versions of scenes from Disney animated films that are also featured in the Storybook Land canal boats. Sticking with the similar theme, Dumbo the Flying Elephant is an aerial carousel style ride that is also perfect for younger guests. This is the only attraction that can be found at all 6 Disney Castle parks worldwide, so you know it's a fan favorite. Next is another popular dark ride, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Loosely based on Disney's adaptation of the novel The Wind in the Willows, guests will assume the role of Mr. Toad as you recklessly careen through the English countryside and the streets of London in a period motorcar, before ultimately meeting your demise in a railway tunnel and ending up in a tongue-in-cheek depiction of hell. Don't worry, you will find a way to escape and end up back in Fantasyland. Next door is another classic dark ride, Peter Pan's Flight, which is one of the most popular attractions in the park. You board the flying pirate ship as you travel through scenes in London and Neverland. You'll see the Lost Boys Camp, Mermaid Lagoon, Skull Rock, and encounter some of Neverland's most famous residents, including Princess Tiger Lily, Mr. Smee, Tick-Tock the Crocodile, and Peter Pan's arch-rival Captain Hook. Next is the spinning teacup ride Mad Tea Party, based on the unbirthday party scene in Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland. You can enjoy this opening day Disneyland attraction as you go around and around and around. This scene is also depicted in the next dark ride attraction, Alice in Wonderland, as well as other popular scenes from the movie, including falling down the rabbit hole, meeting the Cheshire Cat, and playing crochet with the Queen of Hearts. Although this wasn't an opening day attraction, it was added to Fantasyland just 3 years later in 1958. The Storybook Land canal boats will take you on a leisurely paced outdoor boat ride through a winding canal featuring settings from Disney animated films recreated in miniature. This is a perfect way to relax and take in the different stories that Disney has shown us over its 70-year history. You will be transported to a Swiss mountain range on the Matterhorn bobsleds, a twin-track steel roller coaster that takes you down a winding path through caverns and tunnels as you get a great view of Disneyland. Don't forget to look out for the supposed monster that is lurking around this area. The final attraction in Fantasyland is It's a Small World. This is a water-based dark ride and a classic Disney attraction featured in 5 of the 6 Disney resorts around the world. It includes over 300 audio animatronic dolls in traditional costumes from cultures around the world, and the classic theme song that will get stuck in your head for days. Behind Fantasyland is Mickey's Toontown, which is currently going through a few exciting changes. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which can be found at Disney's Hollywood Studios over in Walt Disney World, is currently being constructed in this land, and is due to open at some point in 2023, along with Centennial Park, a new reimagined area of Mickey's Toontown.
You can still find 2 operating attractions in this land, with the first being Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, a dark ride themed to the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. As the name suggests, this ride spins as it follows a track through a variety of scenes. It has recently just had an update with a new story detail which sees Jessica Rabbit as a detective, as she tries to stop the weasels dumping dip around the city. The other attraction in Mickey's Toontown is Gadget's Go Coaster, a junior roller coaster themed to Gadget Hack Wrench from Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. This is the shortest Disneyland attraction at a whopping 44 seconds, but is still entertaining for the younger guests nonetheless. As you make your way back down through Fantasyland, you will come to the final area of the park, Tomorrowland. You will first come to Autopia. This is where you can drive your very own miniature gas-powered car around an enclosed track. You will be able to see parts of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland along this amazing course. This is perfect for younger guests that want to experience driving a real car for the first time. On the other side of Tomorrowland is Space Mountain. This is of course the classic indoor roller coaster that has a great atmospheric queue line which will get you in the mood to travel to space. Most of the ride is in almost pitch darkness, so you can never tell which way the ride car will be going, so it's a very exciting experience. Next is Star Tours. This was the first Star Wars attraction to ever be created. It's a simple 3D motion simulator ride that has gone on to be added to many other Disney parks around the world due to its popularity. It was updated in 2013 to Star Tours The Adventure Continues, which added a variety of scenes from all 3 trilogies. With these new scenes, there is a total of 384 different combinations, giving each ride a completely unique experience and gives the chance for a lot of re-rideability. Next is the rocket spinner attraction Astro Orbiter. This takes center stage in Tomorrowland and is one of the only attractions that can be found at all 6 Disneyland style parks around the world. It is also a great way to get some amazing views of Tomorrowland. The final attraction in this guide is Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, the shooting dark ride that lets you compete with your family and friends to get the highest score as you help Buzz Lightyear take on the evil Emperor Zurg. Take this ride and you'll travel to infinity and beyond. To end the guide, I will just mention the different parades and nighttime shows that Disneyland offers. Unfortunately, the parade Magic Happens has still yet to return to Disneyland, but there has recently been an announcement that the Main Street Electrical Parade will be returning on April 22nd. This parade features over 500,000 lights on different Disney-themed floats and will feature an all-new grand finale float with scenes from over 12 Disney or Pixar movies, including The Jungle Book, Mulan, and new classics like Coco and Encanto. Also returning on April 22nd is Disneyland Forever, a nighttime show that uses a mixture of projection mapping, pyrotechnics, and other special effects to light up all of Main Street USA and other icons in Disneyland, depicting scenes from the Disney animations along with classic and original songs. And finally, returning on May 28th is a nighttime spectacular Fantasmic, featuring a fantastical array of live performers, beloved Disney characters, enhanced special effects, state-of-the-art projections, and superb pyrotechnics. This show will wow the entire family and is the perfect way to end your amazing day at Disneyland.
So that wraps up all the attractions in the iconic Disneyland. We now move to the most popular Disney park, Magic Kingdom, which of course was the first park to be created at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, opening in 1971. But before we do, I have an exciting announcement of my first ever merch drop, which has been inspired by this video. With my love of Disney parks and live music, I have created this Disney Parks World Tour tee, hoodie, tote and mug. They all include the exact opening dates and locations of all 12 Disney parks and are perfect for any Disney Parks fan. Check out the link below to get your hands on these wonderful items, and for the next 10 days you can get them at a discount. Let's go back to the Magic Kingdom. You will start by walking down the iconic Main Street USA, and although there are no attractions, there are still plenty of shops and dining locations, and of course that amazing view of the beautiful Cinderella Castle. To celebrate Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, the castle has been given a stunning new look for everyone to enjoy. Working clockwise around the park, you will first come to Adventureland, and the park's first attraction, the Swiss Family Treehouse. This is a pleasant walk-through attraction giving you some great views of Adventureland. It is based on the classic 1960 Disney live-action film Swiss Family Robinson, with plenty of Easter eggs dotted around the attraction. There isn't usually any wait time to enjoy this walkthrough, so it is perfect if you're waiting for a dining reservation or a Lightning Lane pass in the nearby area. Next, we have the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. This is a spinning flat ride which gives you the chance to ride on a magic carpet as you take in the scenes around Adventureland. It's great for the younger guests to take a flight on this wonderful attraction. Beside the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, we come to our first show, Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This was an opening day attraction and still delights guests today with the amazing audio animatronic birds, flowers, and totem poles singing the beloved soundtrack. Even if you're not a fan of the show, it is a great attraction to take a rest and enjoy the cool atmosphere. Next is the Jungle Cruise. This is the classic boat ride that takes you through different jungles from all around the world as you encounter animals, natives, and of course, the backside of water. It's famous for the funny jokes and puns that the Jungle Cruise skippers use throughout the attraction, which adds another amazing element to this fantastic boat ride. It has recently had some amendments and updates which has breathed some new life into this iconic attraction. If you enjoyed the new 2021 Jungle Cruise film, then you may be interested in this video showing all the Easter eggs from the attraction that feature in the movie. The final ride in Adventureland is another classic Disney attraction, the Pirates of the Caribbean. This dark boat ride takes you on a journey through many different scenes featuring treasure, skeletons, pirates as they take over a town, and of course Captain Jack Sparrow makes an appearance. Many changes and additions have been made over the years, but it still holds up today as it did when it first opened in 1973, and is a must-ride attraction in the Magic Kingdom. Another plus, due to the high load capacity, it never usually has a long wait time, so can be enjoyed without having to use a Genie Plus Lightning Lane pass. We now move on to the next land, Frontierland. This can be accessed by either continuing on from the Pirates of the Caribbean or through a small opening close to the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. First, we will start with the popular show, the Country Bear Jamboree. This is an awesome little show featuring amazing audio animatronic bears singing tongue-in-cheek country songs. Again, you rarely have to wait for the show, so I thoroughly recommend watching this if you haven't before. Next, we have the amazing Splash Mountain. This great log flume ride takes you on an exciting journey with Brer Rabbit as he leaves home for an adventure whilst being pursued by the despicable Brer Fox and Brer Bear. As you probably know, this attraction will be getting a retheme to the more popular Princess and the Frog. We can't wait for the change and are very excited to see what the Disney Imagineers will come up with. At over 10 minutes, this is one of the longest attractions in Magic Kingdom and is a great way to cool down on a hot day. Be sure to ride Splash Mountain before it closes for the retheme. Next to Splash Mountain is the second of 3 mountain rides in the park, and that is the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This mine train roller coaster really doesn't disappoint. The theming is fantastic and takes you on an exciting journey through the abandoned mines of Tumbleweed. On this runaway mine train, you'll experience all the dips and turns, encounter dinosaur bones, hear the cranking of the lift hill and bell whistles, and have a very enjoyable ride. There is a height limit of 102 centimeters or 40 inches, so can be enjoyed by most of the family. The final attraction in Frontierland is Tom Sawyer Island. This attraction is only accessible by raft to emulate Tom and Huck's adventures. The island contains many references to characters from the 1876 Mark Twain novel The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and provides interactive climbing and scenic opportunities in its caves, forts, and other exciting landmarks. Now we move on to the smallest land of the park, Liberty Square, starting with the Hall of Presidents. This attraction is a multimedia presentation and stage show featuring audio animatronic figures of all 45 individual United States presidents. In August 2021, the newly added audio animatronic of Joe Biden was added along with a recorded speech by the current President of the United States. Come and enjoy a slice of classic American history. Next is another popular Disney attraction, the Haunted Mansion. This offers great theming, a fun storyline, and awesome special effects. It has one of the greatest ride pre-shows in the infamous stretching room, before you head on to the Omnimover ride system that takes you through many different scenes within the Haunted Mansion. The final attraction in Liberty Square is the Liberty Square Riverboat, where you can cruise around the rivers of America on board the beautiful Liberty Belle as you take in the sights of Frontierland, Tom Sawyer Island, and Liberty Square. It's a nice little 20-minute relaxing ride, so it's perfect for taking a break in between some of the more intense attractions in the park. We now go from the smallest land to the biggest. Let's take a look at the 10 amazing attractions in Fantasyland. The first attraction you will come to is It's a Small World. This is a water-based dark ride and a classic Disney attraction featured in 5 of the 6 Disney resorts around the world. It includes over 300 audio animatronic dolls in the classic Mary Blair style, in traditional costumes from cultures around the world, and the classic theme song that will get stuck in your head for days. From one classic attraction to another, opposite It's a Small World is Peter Pan's Flight. This amazing dark ride takes you through some memorable scenes from the classic Disney animation, on board your own flying ship. The queue line was updated in 2014 to include some interactive elements which adds to this already amazing attraction. This ride can get busy, so either get here early or book a lightning lane through Genie Plus. Next is the 3D show Mickey's PhilharMagic. This is a great show filled with classic Disney characters and a fun storyline. Join Donald Duck as he goes through scenes from some classic Disney animations, including Fantasia, The Lion King, as well as some newly added scenes from 2017's fan favorite Coco. In the center of Fantasyland is the Prince Charming Regal Carousel. This is actually an authentic carousel that was built in 1917 and was purchased by Walt Disney himself in 1967. All the horses are unique, and I think it is best to ride at night to enjoy the amazing scenery around Fantasyland while listening to the organ-based soundtrack of Disney classics. In 2012, some parts of Fantasyland were completely changed, which meant a few new attractions were added, including Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. This Omnimover dark ride takes you under the sea, where you will experience an adventure with all your favorite characters and songs. In the Storybook Circus area of Fantasyland is the Barnstormer, featuring the Great Goofini. This is a junior coaster featuring Goofy as a famous stuntman, the Great Goofini. It's a nice little coaster and a great way to introduce younger kids to thrilling rides. Dumbo the Flying Elephant was also relocated to the Storybook Circus, as well as expanding to a 2-ride system. It also includes an indoor interactive play area where you will be given a ticket-themed pager while you wait to ride the attraction. It's one of those classic Disney attractions that people of all ages still love to ride. Next is the spinning teacup ride Mad Tea Party. Based on the unbirthday party scene in Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland. You can enjoy this nice classic Disney attraction, and don't forget to look out for the hidden dormouse that appears throughout the ride. Now onto another great dark ride, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Join Pooh Bear and the gang as you ride through many different scenes featuring all your favorite characters, including Bouncing with Tigger and a Heffalump dream sequence. This is another popular ride which can get long lines, so make sure you book a Lightning Lane pass for this one. The final attraction in Fantasyland is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This is a steel-based family coaster that was added in the 2014 expansion. It includes some amazing audio animatronics and nice little storyline elements, like the diamond mine with all the dwarfs and the appearance of the witch arriving to give Snow White the poisoned apple. This is a nice little coaster for all the family to enjoy. We now move on to the final land in Magic Kingdom, the amazing Tomorrowland. You will first come to the Tomorrowland Speedway. This is where you can drive your very own miniature gas-powered car around an enclosed track. You'll be able to see parts of Storybook Circus and Tomorrowland along this amazing course. This is perfect for younger guests that want to experience driving a real car for the first time. Next is the rocket spinner attraction Astro Orbiter. This takes center stage in Tomorrowland and is one of the only attractions that can be found at all 6 Disneyland-style parks around the world. It is also a great way to get some amazing views of Tomorrowland.
beneath the Astro Orbiter is the entrance to our next attraction, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. This is a 10-minute elevated train ride that gives you some awesome views of the park. Along the ride, you will see plenty of incredible dioramas, including the original Walt Disney model of Epcot, as well as the inside of some of the attractions in Tomorrowland, like Space Mountain and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. This ride can often be overlooked as it usually doesn't have a long wait time, but it is definitely a hidden gem for Disney Park fans. If you have visited Magic Kingdom over the last 3 years, you may have noticed a huge construction project in Tomorrowland. This is of course the new roller coaster Tron Light Cycle Run that can also be found in Shanghai Disneyland. Disney have still not announced an opening date, but it is looking likely to open in 2023 or, if we're lucky, at the end of 2022. Until that opens, Space Mountain still reigns supreme in Tomorrowland. This is of course the classic indoor roller coaster that was actually the first ever Space Mountain attraction, beating Disneyland's version by 2 years in 1975. It has a great atmospheric queue line which will get you in the mood to travel to space. It features 2 different tracks that actually mirror each other, and most of the ride is in almost pitch darkness, so you can never tell which way the ride car will be going. So it's a very exciting experience. Right next door to Space Mountain is Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. Originally designed for the 1964 World's Fair, it was added to Magic Kingdom in 1975 after a short run at Disneyland. To say that this is a classic Walt Disney attraction would be an understatement. Set in a rotating theater, it shows you the development of technology throughout the years with the use of a family of amazing audio animatronics that are still as impressive today as they were 58 years ago. Make sure you check out this amazing show. Next, we have Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, the shooting dark ride that lets you compete with your family and friends to get the highest score as you help Buzz Lightyear take on the evil Emperor Zurg. Although the ride is now 24 years old, it is still very popular and enjoyable for all the family. Our final attraction in Tomorrowland is the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. This is a fun show that uses audience interaction to create some family-friendly laughs. The show utilizes digital puppetry technology which uses live actors behind a large digital screen, while computer-rendered monsters appear with the actors' voices. This means that each show is very unique and will have all the family in stitches. Due to COVID, much of the outdoor entertainment have been severely cut back over the last couple of years, but over the next couple of months it will be coming back. The Festival of Fantasy Parade will be returning in March, Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair will return in February, and a brand new parade called Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade will begin on February 11th, 2022. Also, the Move It, Shake It, Mouse Can Dance It Street Party will be returning in 2022, but no date has been announced as of yet. Finally, the new nighttime spectacular show, Disney Enchantment, was added on October 1st, 2021 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Walt Disney World Resort. Unlike its predecessors Wishes and Happily Ever After, this show features dazzling fireworks, beloved Disney music, and immersive projection effects that extend from Cinderella Castle down Main Street, USA. Expect to see and hear all your favorite Disney characters and songs in this amazing show that is the perfect way to wrap up your spectacular day at Magic Kingdom. For the 3rd Disney park and the 2nd at Walt Disney World, Epcot opened exactly 11 years after Magic Kingdom, expanding the resort and offering something unique to the guests. Let's start with the attraction closest to the entrance, Spaceship Earth. This opening day ride is the most iconic in the park, and I can easily say is one of my favorite Disney attractions of all time. This dark ride tells the history of communication, with a focus on the development of cultures and the future of technologies, and features many different scenes and animatronics. As it is close to the entrance, wait times can be quite high in the morning, so it's best to ride this attraction in the mid-afternoon or evening. Spaceship Earth is in the newly branded World Celebration area of the park, which was formerly the central part of Future World. Another attraction in the World Celebration is Journey into Imagination with Figment. This dark ride has gone through many changes over the years, but currently takes you on a journey about the 5 senses with the mischievous Figment. It features the fan favorite song One Little Spark, written by the Disney legends the Sherman Brothers, and it's great fun for all the family.
Next to journey into imagination with Figment is the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival, which replaced the classic Captain EO tribute, and before that, the brilliant Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. The 3D show is composed of 3 animated shorts. It's a nice place to relax and cool off while watching some awesome short films before heading onto some other exciting attractions. To showcase Epcot's future attractions and current makeover, the Odyssey Events Pavilion is hosting a series of engaging exhibits called the Epcot Experience Center. Check out the 360 screen and a model of the park using projection mapping technology, showcasing all the new things coming to Epcot. New things are added all the time, so it is really worth checking out what exciting things are coming to Epcot in the near future. Formerly known as Future World East, World Discovery houses a few great attractions as well as a few exciting new attractions coming later in the year. Mission Space is a centrifuge-based ride that simulates the training required to be a member of the space program. The ride was added to the park in October 2003, replacing Horizons. This is a great attraction for any fans of space and thrills. Before the mission, each rider is given a specific role to perform throughout the attraction, which gives great re-rideability. The ride exposes riders to up to 2.5 G, so if you get motion sickness easily, this might not be the ride for you. Luckily, they did include the Green Team element in 2006, which includes no spinning and just some small motions, which is perfect for guests that want to experience the attraction without any of the spinning motions. The other current attraction in World Discovery is Test Track, a high-speed giant slot car ride. It still remains the fastest Disney attraction at 64.9 miles an hour and opened in 1999. It originally showcased the various tests that cars go through during the testing phase, but it was refurbished in 2012 and added an element for the guests to design their own vehicles before riding the attraction, as well as many changes on the interior of the ride. It's a very exciting and fun ride for all the family and one not to miss. World Discovery also has some exciting additions coming throughout the year. The first being the new Marvel-based indoor roller coaster, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This will be Walt Disney World's first ever attraction featuring Marvel characters. This ride will replace Ellen's Energy Adventure in the Universe of Energy Pavilion and is planned to open later in the year. The other new attraction also planned to arrive in 2022 is the Play Pavilion, replacing the Wonders of Life Pavilion. It will be themed like an interactive city in which guests will be able to interact with their favorite Disney characters. I'm very excited to see these new additions come to Epcot in the near future. Over on the other side, formerly known as Future World West, the suitably named World Nature is comprised of 2 pavilions. The Land Pavilion houses 3 attractions, with the first being Living with the Land. This boat attraction takes guests through a few show scenes with audio animatronics before entering a working greenhouse. This is a great attraction as it usually has a low wait time and is an enjoyable, educational 20-minute ride. It showcases a variety of different modern farming methods with lots on display. It's fun to look out for the many hidden Mickeys featured throughout the greenhouses, and it's great to know that all the fruit, vegetables and fish that are farmed here are used in the restaurants around the Walt Disney Resort. The main attraction in the Land Pavilion is Soarin' Around the World, which is a hang glider simulator that flies over various locations around the world. It was added to Epcot in 2005 in its original iteration, Soarin' Over California, after the popularity of the attraction in Disney's California Adventure. The new International Edition was added in 2016 and can get some high wait times, so I would suggest utilizing your Genie Plus Lightning Lane passes for this one. A new movie was added to the Land Pavilion in 2020 called Awesome Planet. It's an eye-opening 4D film about the Earth's biomes and the perils of climate change. It has some great narration by Ty Burrell from Modern Family. This is another great place to relax and cool down while also learning something new. The other pavilion in World Nature is the Seas with Nemo and Friends. This was added in 2006 and replaced the Living Seas. It's an Omnimover ride featuring Nemo and Friends in a real aquarium. I know some people do not like IP attractions within Epcot, but I think this is a great fit and uses innovative special glass effect to project the animated characters into the real aquarium. The exit of this ride takes you into the Sea Base, a full working aquarium. where you can find sharks, stingrays, manatees, dolphins, and a whole plethora of different aquatic life. Another attraction based in the same pavilion is Turtle Talk with Crush, an interactive show starring Crush, the sea turtle, who is also from the Finding Nemo franchise. It is a really popular show with the kids and consists of an improvisational real-time conversation with the audience. Similar to Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor in Magic Kingdom, the animated characters interact with the audience, and is especially exciting for the kids. With limited attractions for younger children, this is a great way to keep them entertained. Another new attraction that is still under construction in World Nature is Journey of Water. This will be a walkthrough attraction inspired by the popular movie Moana. It will be a garden featuring interactive fountains and other water features. This will also be opening in 2022, so lots to look forward to this year at Epcot. We now move on to the final area of Epcot, but also the largest. World Showcase is made up of 11 different countries, which all feature a selection of restaurants and different shops showcasing the country's culture and uniqueness. Some of the countries have attractions, starting with Mexico's attraction, Gran Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros. It was originally named El Rio del Tiempo, featuring scenes of Mexican culture, and was updated in 2007 to include sections with Panchito, Jose, and of course Donald Duck. This is a great dark boat ride due to its setting within the interior of the Mexican pavilion, the way it passes by the restaurant, and usually has a short wait time, and is often a walk-on. This attraction could easily be missed, so make sure you head to the back of the Mexico Pavilion to experience this great attraction. Going clockwise around World Showcase, next to Mexico is the Norway Pavilion, which houses the dark boat ride Frozen Ever After. Of course, before Frozen Ever After was the cult classic ride Maelstrom, which showcased Norway and Viking culture. In 2016, it was transformed into Frozen Ever After, with all the popular characters and songs. Due to its popularity, this attraction can get very long wait times, so make sure you either head here early or book a Lightning Lane pass through Genie Plus on the My Disney Experience app. Next is the attraction in the China Pavilion. This is called Reflections of China, showcasing the beauty and rapid growth of this amazing country. This is a Circle Vision 360-degree theater, so wherever you stand, you can get a great view of this short film. Later in the year, a new show called Wondrous China will be replacing Reflections of China, so make sure you watch the old show while you still have the chance. The next attraction in World Showcase is in the Host Pavilion, the American Adventure. This is a stage show taking guests on a trip through American history using 35 audio animatronics, including Benjamin Franklin, Mark Twain, and many other amazing American legends. It is a great show, and I encourage everyone to watch this amazing 30-minute show showcasing classic American history. The France Pavilion is host to 3 attractions. Impressions to France is an 18-minute panoramic movie which visits many of France's cities and historical structures. There is a reason why this film hasn't changed or been updated since the opening day of Epcot, and holds the world record for the longest running daily screening of a film in the same theater. This is due to its pure quality. You will be persuaded to visit France after watching this delightful movie. In 2020, a new show, Beauty and the Beast Sing-Along, was added to the France Pavilion, which is currently playing alternately with the previous show, Impressions to France. Get ready to sing along with the popular songs from the beloved animated classic. It also features an original storyline to give a new perspective to the fan-favorite animation. The newest attraction that was added to the France Pavilion in 2021 is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Already a fan favorite at Disneyland Paris Resort, this exciting dark ride shrinks you down to experience life in the kitchen as a rat alongside Remy and his friends. This attraction opened alongside an expansion of the France Pavilion, which includes new dining options as well as other exciting additions. The final attraction in World Showcase is in the Canada Pavilion.
the short film named Canada Far and Wide. Similar to the attraction in the China Pavilion, this is set in Circle Vision 360-degree theatre, replacing the former O Canada. Canada Far and Wide features updated sequences with narration by Canadian actors Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy. The final attraction in this guide comes in the form of entertainment. It is of course the new nighttime spectacular show Harmonious. This replaced the long-running Illuminations Reflections of Earth in 2021. This new show celebrates how Disney music inspires people around the world, featuring massive floating set pieces, custom-built LED panels, choreographed moving fountains, lights, pyrotechnics, and lasers, and I believe is a worthy replacement to the previous popular show. This is the perfect way to end your day at the amazing Epcot. So that covers all the attractions in Epcot. We now head to the first international Disney park, Tokyo Disneyland, which opened in 1983. You enter into the World Bazaar, which is similar to Main Street USA, but also totally unique. It is covered by a glass Victorian-style conservatory roof to shield guests from the Japanese weather. It features lots of dining and shopping locations, as well as 2 side streets that take you directly to Adventureland or Tomorrowland. Similar to other main streets, there is also an omnibus that can be ridden throughout the day, and the Tokyo Disneyland Band that perform as well. You can also find the Penny Arcade with lots of antique claw machines, sports games, and other fun arcade machines. If you're heading straight through the World Bazaar, you will come to one of the best castle reveals at any Disney park, as well as the huge main hub area, which is perfect for viewing the parades and nighttime entertainment. As with all my attraction guides, I will be heading around the park clockwise, so the first land you will come to is Adventureland. This land is a mix of different sub-lands, starting with the New Orleans section that houses the popular dark ride on water, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is most similar to the Disneyland version and features all the amazing scenes, including a pirate ship battle, a ramsacked town, and treasure coves. There are also a few appearances from Captain Jack Sparrow and Davy Jones. You can also dine in the Blue Bayou restaurant that overlooks a section of the ride. Further into the land, you will come to the Theatre Orleans, with the current show being Jamboree Mickey Let's Dance. This is a high-energy dance party that is perfect for the younger guests to dance along to and can be enjoyed at this wonderful outdoor seated theatre. As you leave the Orleans section, you will enter a more jungle-themed Adventureland, starting with the classic boat ride Jungle Cruise Wildlife Expeditions. Join aboard this cruise as you meander down the river while being surrounded by some amazing animal audio animatronics. The indoor temple section features amazing projections, and at night, the Jungle Cruise takes it up a level with amazing lighting and sound effects throughout. If you can understand Japanese, you can hear the skippers tell the corny punny jokes, but if not, you can still enjoy the amazing scenery. There is actually another attraction that shares the same entrance building to the Jungle Cruise, which is the Western River Railroad. Unlike other Disney parks, the railroad at Tokyo Disneyland doesn't go around the whole park, and it only has one working station, so you won't be able to use it to travel to other areas of the park. But with all that being said, it is an amazing attraction and well worth a ride. The steam train travels through Adventureland, Westernland, and Critter Country. You will travel through some amazing attractions, including Splash Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain, as well as being able to see some beautiful dioramas and scenery. Next to the Jungle Cruise and Railroad is the classic Disney show with a twist. The Enchanted Tiki Room, Stitch presents Aloha e Koma Mai. This features all the impressive audio animatronic birds, flowers, and tiki statues performing songs from the original Tiki Room show, as well as Lilo and Stitch, before being interrupted by the mischievous Stitch. He wants a part in the show and is allowed to perform a song as long as he doesn't interfere with the show anymore. This is a wonderful show and is a great mixture of classic Disney and something fun for everyone to enjoy. Opposite the Enchanted Tiki Room is the final attraction in Adventureland and another classic, the Swiss Family Treehouse. This is a pleasant walkthrough attraction giving you some great views of Adventureland. It is based on the classic 1960 Disney live-action film Swiss Family Robinson, with plenty of Easter eggs dotted around the attraction. This was actually added 10 years after the park's opening in 1993 and is the centerpiece of Coral Landing, a shipwrecked town sub-area inspired by Typhoon Lagoon, the water park at Walt Disney World.
We now move on to the next area, Westernland, which is Tokyo's version of the more commonly known Frontierland at other Disney parks around the world. First up is the Country Bear Theatre, which most will know as the Country Bear Jamboree. This is an awesome little show featuring amazing audio animatronic bears singing tongue-in-cheek country songs. The songs are sang in a mixture of Japanese and English, so can be enjoyed by more guests. And the show also has two different special overlays. The Jingle Jamboree can be seen during the winter months with plenty of Christmas songs, and the Vacation Jamboree is played throughout the summer that includes more of a rock-based soundtrack. All versions are amazing and is definitely worth a watch. Next up is the popular Big Thunder Mountain. This mine train roller coaster really doesn't disappoint. The theming is fantastic and takes you on an exciting journey through the dips and turns of an abandoned mine. You'll also encounter dinosaur bones, hear the cranking of the lift hill and bell whistles, and have a very enjoyable ride overall. You can take a relaxing ride on the Mark Twain riverboat that cruises around the rivers of America as you take in the sights of Westernland, Tom Sawyer Island, and Critter Country. It's a nice little 20-minute relaxing ride, so it's perfect for taking a break in between some of the more intense attractions in the park. As we just mentioned, you'll be circling around Tom Sawyer Island, which you can access by taking a raft boat within Westernland. The island contains caves with references to characters from the 1876 Mark Twain novel The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and provides interactive, climbing, and scenic opportunities in its caves, forts, and other exciting landmarks. This is another nice relaxing attraction that offers a bit of breathing space away from the more popular areas of the park. We now move on to the smallest land in the park, Critter Country, that is home to two attractions. First is the classic log flume ride Splash Mountain. This will take you on an exciting journey with Brer Rabbit as he leaves home for an adventure while being pursued by the despicable Brer Fox and Brer Bear. As you probably know, this attraction will be getting a retheme to the more popular Princess and the Frog over at Disneyland of Magic Kingdom, but there hasn't been any announcement for Tokyo Disneyland's version, so will most likely retain the original design. At over 10 minutes, this is one of the longest attractions in Tokyo Disneyland and is a great way to cool down on a hot day. You can also enjoy Grandma Sarah's kitchen that is located in the mountainside of Splash Mountain and offers stunning views of this great attraction. In Critter Country, you can also take to the rivers of America on the Beaver Brothers Explorer canoes. You can join in the fun as you paddle around Tom Sawyer Island while taking in the amazing sights of Tokyo Disneyland. This only operates on busy days, usually weekends and the summer months, and will close early to prepare for the nighttime shows. The Beaver Brothers have also been linked in with the backstory of Splash Mountain, fully completing this immersive land. We now move on to Fantasyland and the 11 amazing attractions that it has to offer. The first attraction you will see as you enter the land is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. This is the classic aerial carousel style ride that is perfect for younger guests. This is the only attraction that can be found at all 6 Disney castle parks worldwide, so you know it's a fan favorite. Next door to Dumbo is the Haunted Mansion, an attraction that you wouldn't usually find in Fantasyland. This offers great theming, a fun storyline, and awesome special effects. It has one of the greatest ride pre-shows in the infamous stretching room before you head on to the Omnimover ride system that takes you through many different scenes within this classic dark ride. During the Halloween and Christmas season, the Haunted Mansion is transformed into the Haunted Mansion Holiday Nightmare, which adds themed elements and a whole new soundtrack from the popular movie A Nightmare Before Christmas. We need to head into the beautiful Cinderella's castle for the next attraction, Cinderella's Fairy Tale Hall. This walkthrough has a mixture of paintings and murals detailing the story of Cinderella, and once you reach the Grand Hall, you can sit upon the throne and see the infamous glass slipper. There are also some interactive paintings that reveal secret messages when you take a photo with them, which is also great fun. Right outside the castle is the classic dark ride Snow White's Adventures. This ride certainly lives up to the name, as it has continued to keep the darker storyline that the original Disneyland version replaced in 1994, mainly focusing on the Queen's transformation into the witch and her evil plan, with Snow White only appearing once throughout the ride. This isn't the fun, happy attraction that it may seem, but it is thrilling nonetheless. From one classic attraction to another, next door to Snow White's adventures is Peter Pan's Flight. This amazing dark ride takes you through some memorable scenes from the classic Disney animation. On board your own flying ship, new scenes and digital effects were added to the attraction in 2016, which only adds to this already fantastic ride. Back into the main Fantasyland courtyard, and directly behind the castle is the Castle Carousel. This is your chance to ride on one of the beautiful wooden horses or chariots on this classic carousel ride. I think it is best to ride at night to enjoy the amazing scenery around Fantasyland while listening to an organ-based soundtrack of Disney classics. On the other side of the courtyard are two more attractions, the first being the 3D show Mickey's PhilharMagic. This is a great show filled with classic Disney characters and a fun storyline. Join Donald Duck as he goes through scenes from some classic Disney animations, including Fantasia, Aladdin, The Lion King, and more. It is currently under refurbishment and will include some newly added scenes from 2017's fan favorite Coco, when it reopens on September 15th, 2022. Next door is another dark ride, Pinocchio's Daring Journey. This is a fun attraction which will take you through scenes that feature the Stromboli Circus, Pleasure Island, Monstro the Whale, and other characters from the 1940 classic animated film. Similar to Snow White Adventures, this is a lot darker than it looks on the outside, so I would advise warning the younger guests before riding. Next is the spinning teacup ride Alice's Tea Party. Based on the unbirthday party scene in Disney's Alice in Wonderland, you can enjoy this nice classic Disney attraction, and don't forget to look out for the hidden dormouse that appears throughout the ride. Right at the back of Fantasyland is everybody's favourite dark ride on water, It's a Small World. This is a classic Disney attraction featured in 5 of the 6 Disney resorts around the world. It includes over 300 audio animatronic dolls in traditional costumes from cultures around the world, and the classic theme song that can be heard in Japanese, Mandarin, and English that will get stuck in your head for days. In 2018, it had a full refurb which included the addition of 40 Disney characters that can be seen throughout the ride. Before we move on to the newest area in Fantasyland, there is one final attraction in the main area, which is Pooh's Honey Hunt. Although it is similar to other Winnie the Pooh dark rides, this uses a trackless ride system which allows the riders to glide smoothly from scene to scene. Opening in 2000, it has been praised for its use of new technology and still remains one of the most popular rides in the park. In 2020, Tokyo Disneyland opened a whole new area of Fantasyland, based on the Beauty and the Beast. It includes the Beast Castle, 2 dining locations, and the exciting attraction Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. This is also a trackless dark ride that takes you through the story of the animated classic, all set in the Enchanted Castle. All the scenes feature amazing audio animatronics of Belle, the Beast, and other characters from the movie, as well as a soundtrack of all your favorite songs. Many people are saying that this is the best new Disney attraction, so let me know if you agree in a comment down below. Also in this new area is the Fantasyland Forest Theatre and the brand new original show Mickey's Magical Music World. This is a great show that sees Mickey, Minnie, Donald and Goofy discovering a magical music box deep in the forest. Throughout the show, many Disney characters appear, as well as plenty of classic Disney tunes that will have you singing along with joy. Make sure to arrive early for this amazing show. We now move on to the next land, Toontown, which was added to the park as an expansion in 1996. This land is filled with lots of fun playhouses and a chance to meet and greet different Disney characters. You can take a look inside Mickey's house and meet the main mouse himself, or meet Minnie in her unique style studio. You can also take a tour of Minnie's house and Donald's boat, have some fun with the interactive elements at Goofy's Paint and Playhouse, or burn off some energy at the play areas in Chip 'n Dale's Treehouse and Toon Park. There are also some rides in Toontown, with the first being Gadget's Go Coaster. This is a junior roller coaster themed to Gadget Hack Wrench from Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. This is the shortest Tokyo Disneyland attraction at a whopping 44 seconds, but is still entertaining for the younger guests nonetheless. The final attraction in Toontown is Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, a dark ride themed to the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. As the name suggests, this ride spins as it follows a track through a variety of scenes featuring a host of characters from the classic 1988 film. So we now move on to the final land in this guide, Tomorrowland. First up is the newest attraction in the land, the Happy Ride with Baymax. This gives you a chance to ride with the lovable healthcare companion robots from Big Hero 6. This whip ride swings guests round and round to a backdrop of an original pumping soundtrack and is great fun for all the family. Next is the amazing indoor roller coaster, Space Mountain. This is a staple of any Tomorrowland, which includes an atmospheric spacey queue line and an almost pitch black ride-through, with a few special lighting and sound effects. It has recently been announced that Space Mountain will close in 2024 and will be completely rebuilt into a much more futuristic style, along with a brand new Tomorrowland Square that is set to open in 2027. Next to Space Mountain is the indoor amphitheater Showbase, which currently houses the high-energy show Club Mouse Beat. This stage show uses a variety of show sets and musical styles that includes characters and songs from Cars, Zootopia, A Goofy Movie, and of course Mickey and Minnie join in with the fun in this entertaining show. Make sure you arrive early for this one. You can meet Stitch at the Stitch Encounter, an interactive show that allows younger guests to communicate with Stitch via a live satellite link-up. It's amazing that the real-time computer graphics really feels like you are talking to Stitch, as you will need to assist him through a variety of challenges. Due to the nature of this technology, it makes each viewing a totally unique experience, and even though the show is only in Japanese, it is still enjoyable to watch. Opposite Stitch Encounter is Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, the shooting dark ride that lets you compete with your family and friends to get the highest score as you help Buzz Lightyear take on the evil Emperor Zurg. Next is Star Tours The Adventure Continues. It's a simple 3D motion simulator ride that has gone on to be added to many other Disney parks around the world due to its popularity. It was updated in 2013, which added a variety of scenes from all three trilogies. With these new scenes, there is a total of 384 different combinations, giving each ride a completely unique experience, and gives the chance of a lot of re-rideability. The final attraction in Tomorrowland is Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek. This is a fun interactive dark ride that transports you to the city of Monstropolis as you join in a game of flashlight tag. Each guest is given a flashlight as you try to find all the interactive elements which will activate when you shine a light on the different Monsters Inc. helmets. All the popular characters can be seen throughout the ride at the various scenes that are set after the first movie. This is a great original attraction that's a lot of fun to compete with your family and friends. Now let's take a look at the parades and nighttime entertainment that Tokyo Disneyland has to offer. First up is the daytime parade Dreaming Up. This features 13 floats celebrating fantasy and imagination. Starting with Mickey and Pluto, the parade includes characters from Winnie the Pooh, Pinocchio, Big Hero 6, and Mary Poppins, as well as the Disney princesses and other classic Disney characters. Starting in Fantasyland, the parade route comes down through Westernland around the main hub area in front of the castle before ending in Toontown. You can also enjoy the Tokyo Disneyland Electrical Parade Dreamlights that features Mickey and his pals, as well as characters from Aladdin, Toy Story, and other Disney films, appearing on colourful floats that uses special lighting effects that makes this a dazzling nighttime show, and one not to be missed. It uses the same parade route as the daytime show, so there is plenty of space to enjoy this amazing parade. There is also a modest fireworks show called Disney Light the Night, which illuminates the nighttime sky with colourful fireworks to the soundtrack of classic Disney songs. We need to head back to Walt Disney World for the fifth park, Disney's Hollywood Studios. Opening in 1989, it was originally designed to compete with the new Universal Studios coming to Orlando. As you walk down Hollywood Boulevard, you'll be transported to Tinseltown. At the end of the boulevard, you will come to the Chinese Theater and the newest attraction in the park, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. This, of course, replaced the popular Great Movie Ride. The new attraction is a dark ride that features Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy in the new animation style, and is a worthy replacement to its predecessor. To the left of Hollywood Boulevard in the next land, Echo Lake, First off, we have Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. This show features a live-action movie stunt performance reenacting scenes from the first Indiana Jones movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Still as popular as ever, this show has been running for over 30 years. It continues to be as exciting and enjoyable as its first showing. It's my all-time favorite show at any of the Disney parks, and is a must-watch every time I visit Hollywood Studios. Next is Star Tours. This was the first Star Wars attraction to ever be created. It's a simple 3D motion simulator ride that has gone on to be added to many other Disney parks around the world due to its popularity. It was updated in 2011 to Star Tours The Adventure Continues, which added a variety of scenes from all three trilogies. With these new scenes, there is a total of 384 different combinations, giving each ride a completely unique experience, and gives the chance for a lot of re-rideability. Echo Lake also has another popular show, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, that opened in 2014. Even if you're a casual fan of Frozen, you will love this show. Join Anna and Elsa in this original show, showcasing all the characters and popular songs from the hit movie. Carrying on clockwise around the park, you will come to the next area, Grand Avenue. Here, you will find one attraction, the brilliant show Muppet Vision 3D. Directed by the legendary Jim Henson, this great 4D show is perfect for all the family. Expect funny gags, 3D effects, and of course, plenty of your favorite Muppet characters. Next to Grand Avenue is the newest area of the park, and the ever so popular Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is still the busiest section of the park, and I would suggest heading here first for a chance to ride the amazing Rise of the Resistance. If you like Star Wars and dark rides, then this is probably the perfect attraction for you. Walt Disney Imagineering went all out when designing this attraction, which features a trackless dark ride, a walkthrough section, a motion simulator, audio animatronics, huge practical sets, and an amazing storyline. All of this results in one of the greatest Disney attractions ever created. If you want to see where this ride came in my top 5 Hollywood Studios attractions, then check out this video here. The other attraction in Galaxy's Edge is the exciting Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. This is a motion simulator attraction, giving 6 riders a chance to be a pilot, gunner, or engineer as you go on an interactive smuggling mission. It's great fun and gives a great re-rideability, trying out the different roles as well as attempting to beat your previous scores. Head to Batuu to experience these amazing attractions as soon as possible. Before the inclusion of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land was the newest area in the park. It opened in 2018 and is comprised of 3 attractions. Toy Story Mania has actually been open since 2008 but was redesigned to be included in Toy Story Land. It's an interactive 3D shooting gallery featuring characters from the Toy Story franchise. It has great interactivity, re-rideability, and genuinely enjoyable for adults and kids alike. It still gets high wait times, so I would suggest making it a priority when using Genie Plus. The second attraction is Slinky Dog Dash. This is a family-friendly roller coaster and a great new thrill ride that the park was in much need of. It has awesome theming with all the noises and different characters that can be seen, and is a great attraction to ride at night with all the colourful lights seen throughout the land. I think it would be a great first coaster for children that want to start with something a little lighter than some of the bigger coasters. The final attraction in Toy Story Land is Alien Swirling Saucers, a spinning attraction similar to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree at Disney's California Adventure. For a simple flat ride, this is a great attraction for all the family. The way it whips you around the corners gives the illusion of traveling a lot faster than you actually are. With a pumping soundtrack and amazing theming, this is another great addition to the park. Next, we move on to the Animation Courtyard, which doesn't feature any rides, but still has plenty of things to do. First is Walt Disney Presents. This is a walkthrough mini museum exploring the life and legacy of Walt Disney through photos, models, and rare artifacts. At the end of the walkthrough, you can choose to watch a short biographical film, One Man's Dream, which is a must for any Disney fan. The end of the exhibit is constantly changing, so it's always worth checking out. Next, a show for younger audiences, Disney Junior Dance Party. This is a live performance featuring many of the popular characters from Disney Junior like Vampirina, Doc McStuffins, and Mickey and the Roadster Racers. It's perfect for the young ones, and I'm sure they will love to sing and dance along with their favorite characters. The next two attractions have yet to return from Walt Disney World's closure in 2020, but Disney have announced they will be making a comeback at some point this year. The first is the popular show Voyage of the Little Mermaid. This is a live performance that uses puppets, lasers, projections and mist to enhance the production of this classic Disney film. You can hear all your favorite songs and see all your favorite characters in this great show, which will include some new updates when it comes back later this year. The other attraction is Star Wars Launch Bay. This is an interactive walkthrough attraction featuring Star Wars character meet and greets, film memorabilia, games, and of course a gift shop. There is also a small theatre showing a short documentary that goes behind the scenes of the production of Star Wars. It is perfect for all Star Wars fans, and I hope it returns sooner rather than later. We now move on to the last area of the park, Sunset Boulevard. An attraction that you can't miss is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. This amazing drop ride has everything we love about a great Disney park attraction. An awesome storyline, incredible theming, an atmospheric queue line and pre-show, and just a great thrilling experience overall. This is the perfect attraction for all the family to enjoy and your best chance to get a memorable ride photo that can fit in all of your party. So why don't you ride this elevator that travels directly to
the Twilight Zone.
Next is Walt Disney World's first and only inverted roller coaster, Rockin' Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. It is an indoor roller coaster that has 3 inversions and a high-speed launch. You get to meet Aerosmith in the pre-show, as well as hearing a few of their hit songs while riding the attraction. This is a perfect ride for all the thrill seekers out there, so what are you waiting for? Beside Rockin' Roller Coaster is Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. This is a show featuring Lightning McQueen and other Cars characters. It's a great little show and shows off an impressive audio animatronic of Lightning McQueen as he teaches racing rookies lessons that he has learned while racing. It's great for any fans of the Cars franchise. Next up, we have another show, Beauty and the Beast live on stage. This show is an abridged version of the movie that features all the characters and songs from the classic animated film. It has only just returned to the park after its closure in 2020, so feels fresh and exciting again and is really worth checking out. The final attraction is Hollywood Studios' Nighttime Spectacular, Fantasmic. This is an amazing show filled with fireworks, characters, pyrotechnics, and water effects. Compared to the nighttime shows at the other parks, I think this presents something a little unique and is a very enjoyable show. It is the perfect way to wrap up a great day at Hollywood Studios. Fantasmic is returning in 2022 and will feature an all-new sequence, and we can't wait.
So that wraps up all the attractions in Hollywood Studios. The 6th park, Disneyland Paris, opened the 4th Disney Resort in 1992. You enter the park into the classic Main Street USA, but before that, you will need to walk under the first attraction. It is of course the Disneyland Railway. This train takes you all around the park with stations at Main Street, Frontierland, Fantasyland and Discoveryland. It also features unique dioramas and even takes you inside some of the attractions around the park. Unlike other Disney parks around the world, the first land that you come to as you reach the end of Main Street USA and head to the left is Frontierland, rather than the usual Adventureland. The first attraction you will see is Big Thunder Mountain. This popular minecart roller coaster has similarities to the Magic Kingdom version in Orlando, Florida, but with a totally unique layout. It is mainly located on an island in the middle of the rivers of the Far West, where Tom Sawyer's Island would normally sit. It's a great coaster that offers amazing views of other attractions in Frontierland and the rest of the Disneyland Paris resort. Next is Phantom Manor. This dark ride is Disneyland Paris' version of a haunted mansion attraction which can be found at other Disney parks around the world. Although it is similar to the other haunted mansions, it has been designed to be darker and scarier than previous versions and offers a unique storyline and soundtrack. Similar to Big Thunder Mountain, this was an opening day attraction but has gone through various updates throughout the years. You can take a ride on either of the 2 riverboats at the Thunder Mesa Riverboat Landing. The 2 riverboats are Mark Twain, based on the original Disneyland version, and the unique Molly Brown, named after the famous Titanic survivor. Each riverboat features a recorded conversation with the captain and either Mark Twain or Molly Brown as they discuss the different attractions within Frontierland. This is a great way to have a little break and take in the beautiful sights and sounds within this amazing immersive land.
For the little ones, you can visit the Frontier Playground. This features canoe-shaped slides, teepees, and other small playground activities that are perfect for the younger guests. You will also be able to find the Frontierland Theatre, which is currently showing Lion King: Rhythm of the Pride Lands. This is an amazing and unique show that features acrobats, dancers, and singers as they perform all your favourite songs from the Lion King movie. There are plenty of restaurants and other smaller attractions within Frontierland, which makes it a great way to start your day in the Disneyland Paris park. The next land you come to as you walk through the connected walkways is Adventureland, and my favourite land in the park. This Adventureland has 4 different areas, with the first being the Adventureland Bazaar, with Middle Eastern influences, and houses the walkthrough attraction Aladdin's Enchanted Passage. This attraction features a series of different scenes from the classic Disney animation Aladdin. The next area has more of an African inspiration and mainly features shops and restaurants. And at the back of Adventureland is the mysterious Asian jungle, which is home to the amazing roller coaster Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril. This was the first roller coaster to feature an inversion at any Disney park when it opened in 1993. You are taken on an adventure on a mining train through a lost temple as you help Indiana Jones escape. The final area of Adventureland, and by far the largest, is inspired by the Caribbean. You can go to the Adventure Isle, which is comprised of 2 different islands and 4 different attractions. On the North Island is the classic Swiss Family Treehouse, which has more details than any version found at other Disney parks around the world. You can go under the tree, where you can explore a network of caves filled with roots and hidden walkways, and was used as the Swiss family's cellar. You can also find a wrecked ship that the castaways originally used. On the South Island, you can find Captain Hook's ship moored near Skull Rock, where you can meet Mr. Smee and Peter Pan's nemesis, Captain Hook. You can find 2 playgrounds at the Pirates Beach that has plenty of rope ladders, slides, and you can even walk the plank. The last part of Adventure Isle is the huge mountain known as Spyglass Hill. It is mainly composed of mazes and caves where you can search for the hidden treasure. Some caves even reference the 1950 Disney movie Treasure Island. The final attraction in Adventureland is the guest favourite Pirates of the Caribbean. This floating dark ride is most similar to the original Disneyland version and is the second longest version with a ride duration of 10 minutes and 30 seconds. It takes you through various scenes of battles, a town being raided by pirates, and of course the infamous Jack Sparrow makes an appearance. If you're only going to ride one ride in Adventureland, then this has to be it. We now move on to the land with the most attractions, Fantasyland. The first attraction is right underneath the beautiful Sleeping Beauty Castle, and that is the Dragon's Lair. This walkthrough attraction takes you to a dimly lit cavern and features a 27-meter long dragon that was the largest audio animatronic that Disney Imagineering had ever created when the park opened in 1992. Don't worry, the dragon is sleeping, but you'll still need to be careful not to wake it. Inside the Sleeping Beauty Castle, if you scale the stone steps, you can enjoy another walkthrough attraction. This is a retelling of the famous fairy tale through the use of illustrated books, rich tapestries, and beautiful stained glass windows. Back into the main section of Fantasyland is Lancelot's Carousel. This is similar to the other carousels found at the various Disney parks around the world, and it is best to ride this attraction at night so you can experience all the amazing lights around Fantasyland and within the carousel itself. There are also 3 classic dark rides in Fantasyland, the first being Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. You'll see Snow White meeting the dwarfs, the evil queen creating her master plan, and of course the prince saving the day. The next dark ride is Pinocchio's Fantastic Journey, which will take you through scenes that feature the Stromboli Circus, Pleasure Island, Monstro the Whale, and other characters from the 1940 animated film. The final classic dark ride is Peter Pan's Flight, which is one of the most popular attractions in the park. You board the flying pirate ship as you travel through scenes in London and Neverland. This version is slightly longer than the original, with an extended scene of flying over London at night. From one classic to another, Dumbo the Flying Elephant is an aerial carousel style ride that is perfect for younger guests. This is the only attraction that can be found at all 6 Disney castle parks worldwide, so you know it's a fan favourite. Alice's Curious Labyrinth is a hedge maze attraction that takes you through different scenes from the 1951 animated version of the film. It is comprised of 2 sections. The Tolgi Woods focuses on Alice's journey through Wonderland and all the characters she meets. The second section is the Queen of Hearts Maze, where you'll finally reach the Queen's Castle, which will give you amazing views of Fantasyland and other areas of Disneyland Paris. Next is another Alice in Wonderland themed attraction, the Mad Hatter's Teacups. This spinning teacup ride can be found at 4 other Disney parks, but this is the only version to feature a petal-shaped glass roof and surrounding gardens. Next up is everybody's favourite dark ride on water. Of course, It's a Small World needs no introduction, with its catchy song and iconic Mary Blair style audio animatronic dolls dressed in traditional costumes from cultures around the world. Disneyland Paris' version has a completely different facade and is the only one to feature a section of dolls from North America. Unfortunately, at the date of this video, It's a Small World is currently under renovation, but is planned to reopen later in 2022. The Storybook Land Canal boats will take you on a leisurely paced outdoor boat ride through a winding canal featuring settings from Disney animated films recreated in miniature. This is a perfect way to relax and take in the different stories that Disney has shown us over its 70-year history. The final attraction in Fantasyland is the Casey Jr. Circus Train. This is a roller coaster for small children which has great views of the Storybook Land Castle and other scenes that are featured in the Storybook Land canal boats. We now move on to the final land within Disneyland Paris Park, which is the amazing Discoveryland. This is of course known as Tomorrowland at other Disney parks, but this version has a completely different aesthetic as it uses influences from Leonardo da Vinci, H.G. Wells, and most notably Jules Verne, which creates a completely unique and wonderful setting. The first attraction that you will come to is Star Tours The Adventure Continues. This 3D motion simulator takes you on a journey with C-3PO and R2-D2 and has great rewritability, as there are randomized scenes from all the different movies, which creates 54 different combinations, so each time feels new and exciting. Sticking with the Star Wars theme, you have to check out Hyperspace Mountain. This was previously known as Space Mountain Mission 2, but to celebrate the park's 25th anniversary, a Star Wars overlay was added to this exciting roller coaster. This is the only Space Mountain to feature inversions and a section of the track that exits and re-enters the interior. It's my favorite attraction at Disneyland Paris, so I hope you go and try it out. Next is Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast. This shooting dark ride takes you to battle the evil Emperor Zurg as you fight alongside Buzz Lightyear and the Space Command. Do you have what it takes to be a galactic hero? There is a spinning rocket attraction named Orbitron Machine Volants. Instead of a rocket at its central axis, this version resembles a bronze 19th century rotating planetarium, and is also the first version of the attraction to be installed at ground level instead of atop an elevated platform. Next is Autopia, which lets guests steer specially designed cars through an enclosed track. This is perfect for younger guests that love cars and want to experience the drive of a lifetime. The Mysteries of the Nautilus is a walkthrough attraction based on the movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You can explore Captain Nemo's submarine and even see the battle with a giant squid. The final attraction in Discoveryland is Mickey's PhilharMagic. This 4D show features 3D effects, scents, and water, as well as a number of different characters and scenes from Disney animations. Recently, there has been a new scene added featuring characters from the popular Coco movie, so make sure you go and check it out. To celebrate the park's 30th anniversary, they have created a brand new parade and show called Dream and Shine Brighter. This takes place in the Central Plaza and is filled with lots of characters, dancing, and plenty of your favorite Disney songs. And don't worry, you will still be able to catch the popular Disney Stars on Parade, which celebrates the discovery of the lands of imagination, represented by various Disney and Pixar films, such as Toy Story, The Jungle Book, The Lion King, Finding Nemo, Sleeping Beauty, and Frozen. If you have ever seen a Disney parade before, then you know they are not to be missed. Also, for their 30th anniversary, Disneyland Paris have created a new nighttime spectacular called Disney Delight. This uses special drone technology to create a light choreography that illuminates the sky over Sleeping Beauty Castle. It is then followed by the classic Disney Illuminations, which uses projection mapping on the castle, water fountains, fire, music, other special effects, and of course fireworks to create a special nighttime show filled with all your favorite Disney songs and characters, which is the perfect way to end your night at this great Disney park. We now move on to Disney's Animal Kingdom, the 7th Disney park and the 4th to open at Walt Disney World in 1998. Starting with the amazing entrance and walking through the oasis gives you the strong feeling of nature, seeing the different coves and various animals. Once you make your way through, you come to the awesome reveal of the Tree of Life in Discovery Island. Under the tree is this area's only attraction, the show It's Tough to Be a Bug. This 3D show is based on the underrated and often forgotten A Bug's Life. The theming of the theatre, the 3D and practical effects, and the educational aspects of the show makes it one of the best shows that Disney has ever produced. Discovery Island has a plethora of dining options, which are all highlighted in my restaurant guide for Disney's Animal Kingdom, which you can find right here. Moving anti-clockwise around the park, the area that you will come to next is Dinoland USA. It is currently going through a small transformation due to the closure and removal of Primeval Whirl, a small wild mouse roller coaster that used to be in Chester and Hester's Dinorama. There has still not been any announcement of what will replace the old attraction, but many are hoping for a new dark ride to take its place. In the Dinorama, there is still Triceratops Spin, a spinning flat ride similar to Dumbo at the Magic Kingdom, as well as a few midway games and amusements for your chance to win a choice of prizes. Next is the excellent dark ride Dinosaur. This has everything I enjoy in an attraction: great theming, a fun storyline, and an enjoyable ride. You travel back in time to the late Cretaceous period and are given a secret task to bring back one of the dinosaurs. Of course, you encounter many different dinosaurs as well as a meteor shower, which makes the ride particularly dark, but it is definitely an extremely exciting experience and one not to miss. On the outskirts of Dinoland USA is the Theatre of the Wild, which housed the show Finding Nemo the Musical. This show unfortunately closed in 2020, but Disney have just announced that a new reimagined version of the show will premiere in 2022. It will be called Finding Nemo, the Big Blue and Beyond. We are sure it will feature many of the puppets and popular songs that were in the previous iteration, so look out for the new show coming later this year. Opposite the Theatre of the Wild is the newest show to come to Animal Kingdom. Overlooking the lake, you can watch Disney Kite Tales. This show features larger-than-life kites and props flying around the lake with the use of jet skis. There are two different versions of the show, each themed to a beloved Disney classic. The first featuring characters and music from The Lion King, and the second being The Jungle Book. There are usually 3 showings a day, and I would suggest asking a cast member on the day to find out which version will be used at a specific showtime. Moving on to the next area in the park, the beautiful Asia. It really does feel like you are entering into another world. One thing you can't miss is the Forbidden Mountain, which contains the roller coaster Expedition Everest. You enter into an amazingly themed queue area, transporting you into Nepalese equipment rooms, tea gardens, and a Yeti museum. The roller coaster features a switch track, allowing the train to travel backwards as well as forwards, and also one of the largest and most complex audio animatronic of a Yeti. Unfortunately, a few months after opening, the framing split so it can no longer move, and is now known as Disco Yeti due to the strobe lighting giving the illusion of movement. This is one of my all-time favorite Disney attractions, and is definitely one not to be missed. The other major attraction in Asia is the Kali River Rapids. Similar to other attractions in the park, this rapids ride continues the message of conservation and environmental protection, and deals with illegal logging and habitat destruction. It's a nice way to cool down on a hot day and a fun ride for all the family. Another amazing thing about Animal Kingdom are of course the animals appearing throughout the park.
The Asia area includes the Maharaja Jungle Trek, a short walking trail featuring animals originating from Asian countries. The highlight of this trail are the tigers and the amazing theming throughout the attraction. All the enclosures look natural to the animal's habitat, and at no point does it feel like the animals are caged in or have limited space. If you enjoy looking at animals, then this is a great attraction to visit. The final attraction in Asia comes in the form of a show, Feathered Friends in Flight. This is a fun and informative stage show featuring a variety of birds from around the world. It was previously called Up, a Great Bird Adventure featuring characters from the popular movie Up, and before that it was originally called Flights of Wonder. Moving on to the next land, which is the brilliantly themed Africa. The major attraction in this area is the Kilimanjaro Safaris, where guests can take an expedition to see African species in the savanna, rivers, and rocky hills. The area of this attraction is actually bigger than the whole of the Magic Kingdom, and you get to see hippos, rhinos, giraffes, and of course, lions. You can ride this attraction multiple times and still find something new to see. To view the most animal activity, sunrise and sunset are the best times to ride the safari. This is such an amazing and huge attraction that you won't want to miss. Similar to Asia, Africa has an exploration trail called Gorillas Falls Exploration Trail. It features some of the animals from Kilimanjaro safaris, as well as gorillas and other species. It also includes an aviary showcasing a variety of birds. It's a nice way to relax and take in some nature away from some of the louder areas in the park. The final attraction in Africa is the wonderful show, a celebration of Festival of the Lion King. Set in a round theatre featuring a variety of puppetry, acrobatics, fire and aerial dancing, as well as all the popular songs from the original movie. This is a show not to be missed. You can't help singing along, and they even have an audience participation segment which allows the children to join in and become part of the show. It's definitely one of the best shows at any of the Disney parks and is a crowd favorite, so make sure you catch a showing. Although this next attraction's entrance is within the African area, I consider it to be a standalone area or land, as you need to take transportation to get there. It is of course Rafiki's Planet Watch. To get there, you have to hop on the Wildlife Express train, which allows you to see a bit of the Animal Kingdom backlot, including some animal holding buildings, which is interesting in itself. Rafiki's Planet Watch focuses on Disney's work with animal conservation and protection of endangered species. You can find some of these rare animals on display, as well as a veterinary examination room, which allows you to watch and communicate with some of the staff working with the animals. There is also a small petting zoo featuring goats and other domesticated animals, and they also have an animation experience which teaches you how to draw a popular Disney character. It's a nice change of pace from the hustle and bustle of the theme park and allows people to learn something new. Finally, we come to the newest and final land in the park, Pandora, the World of Avatar, which opened in 2017 to wide acclaim, and I have to say the land is spectacular and so immersive, unlike I have ever seen before. There are currently 2 rides in this land, and I'll start with a minor attraction, the Na'vi River Journey. This short, dark boat ride takes you through the forest of Pandora, showcasing the native animals and bioluminescent flora. It's a pleasant ride and features the best audio animatronic that Disney has ever created. This is another great ride for all the family to enjoy. The other ride in Pandora, and the last attraction in this guide, is Avatar Flight of Passage. This is a 3D flying simulator which allows guests to take flight on a native mountain banshee and soar across the landscape of Pandora. There are usually long waits, but luckily the queue line is fantastic. The pre-show helps to build up the attraction, and the attraction uses some of the best technology that I have ever experienced. The visuals are breathtaking and is an enjoyable experience overall. Pandora has been a great success and is an amazing addition to the park, so I highly suggest heading to this land first as you enter the park, and don't forget to check it out at night as it transforms into a bioluminescent wonderland.
We need to head back to the original Disneyland Resort as the 8th park, Disney's California Adventure, opened in 2001. you enter the park into Buena Vista Street, which, similar to Disneyland's Main Street USA, is filled with plenty of shopping and dining locations. When the park first opened, it was originally called Sunshine Plaza, but was rethemed in 2012 to resemble Los Angeles in the 1920s, which was when Walt Disney first arrived in the city. Along with the retheme came a brand new attraction, the Red Car Trolley. Sticking to the 1920s theming, it resembles the red cars made popular by the Pacific Electric Railway Company in many of the major cities in Southern California. Guests can hop on the trolley, which will take you down Buena Vista Street, through Hollywoodland, and ending at the entrance of Avengers Campus, with a total of 4 different stops. As we continue around the park clockwise, you will next enter into Hollywoodland, which harks back to the 1930s golden age of Hollywood and hosts attractions themed to this concept, including a backlot of a typical Hollywood studio. The first attraction that you will come to is Mickey's PhilharMagic. This is a great 3D show filled with classic Disney characters and a fun storyline. Join Donald Duck as he goes through scenes from some classic Disney animations, including Fantasia, The Lion King, and more, as well as some newly added scenes from 2017's fan favorite, Coco. Next, a show for younger audiences, Disney Junior Dance Party. This is a live performance featuring many of the popular characters from Disney Junior, like Vampirina, Doc McStuffins, and Mickey and the Roadster Racers. It's perfect for the younger guests, and I'm sure they will love to sing and dance along with their favorite characters. Further into Hollywoodland is the Disney Animation Building, which is comprised of a number of exhibits and attractions. They include the Animation Academy, where guests can get lessons on how to draw various Disney characters. You can also go to the Sorcerer's Workshop that features the Magic Mirror Realm, which has interactive animation exhibits and allows guests to create simple animated drawings. Guests can also find out which Disney character's personality most resembles them in the Beast Library. Finally, there is also Turtle Talk with Crush, an interactive show starring Crush the sea turtle from the Finding Nemo films. The animated characters interact with the audience and is especially exciting for the younger guests. On the opposite side of Hollywoodland is Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue. This is a fun dark ride that has guests take a seat in a taxi ride vehicle as you follow an abridged version of the first Monsters Inc. film. You'll notice all the characters from the movie, including Boo, Randall, and of course Mike and Sully. Near the end of the ride, an amazing audio animatronic of Roz will communicate with the guests, which is a nice little addition. The final attraction in Hollywoodland is the popular show Frozen, live at the Hyperion. This features amazing sets and effects with all the popular songs and scenes from the original Frozen movie, with the use of puppets and live actors. Unfortunately, this show and other attractions in Hollywoodland have yet to return since the park's closure in 2020. But fans are hoping for the return of the popular musical or a brand new production at some point in the near future. Make sure to check the official Disneyland Resort website for all the up-to-date details on which attractions will be open on the date of your visit. The next land is the newest area in the park, Avengers Campus. This replaced a Bugs Land in 2021 and is a great new addition to the park. The first attraction that you would have noticed, as it's visible from all over the park, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. You'll need to join Rocket as you try to break out the remaining Guardians from the Collector's Fortress. The queue line is fantastically themed and filled with some of the Collector's prized possessions, including lots of Marvel and Disney Park Easter eggs. The ride was originally the popular Twilight Zone Tower of Terror attraction, with Mission Breakout utilizing the ride system. During your ride, you will see different clips of the Guardians in various situations, which ultimately ends in their escape of the Collector. There are 6 different versions of the clips, so each ride-through could be enjoyed multiple times. Although a lot of fans were against the retheme of the classic attraction, it has had very positive reviews and one of the most popular attractions in the park. The other attraction in Avengers Campus is Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure. With the use of screens and physical sets, you join Peter Parker throughout the different areas of Avengers Campus as you try to stop loose spider bots before they cause too much damage. The ride uses new technology which will track your hands as you shoot webs just like Spider-Man. You can also purchase a selection of merchandise that can be used on the attraction to improve your ability. This is a nice ride that all the family can enjoy. Although the main e-ticket attraction in Avengers Campus, the Avengers Quinjet Experience, has been delayed, there are still some great areas of the land to explore. They include Avengers Headquarters, where you'll be able to meet a host of different Avengers and Marvel characters throughout the day, the Ancient Sanctum, where you may get the chance to see Doctor Strange perform, and the Pym Test Kitchen and Tasting Lab, 2 restaurants featuring larger-than-life theming, which is of course based on Ant-Man. Even casual fans of Marvel will enjoy this land, and we're looking forward to the new exciting additions coming in the future. Next is another new-ish area, Cars Land, which opened in 2012. The main attraction here is Radiator Springs Racers. This is a simulated slot car attraction that uses the same technology as Test Track over in Epcot at Walt Disney World. It takes guests in a 6-person vehicle through encounters with characters from the film series Cars. Guests then race another vehicle through turns and hills, ending with a randomized race result, which is a nice fun element to this already great attraction. Next is Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, a whip ride where guests get to ride in trailers being pulled and whipped around by baby tractors. Similar to Alien Swirling Saucers over in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, this is a great attraction for all the family. The way it whips around the corners gives the illusion of traveling a lot faster than you actually are. With a pumping soundtrack and amazing theming, this is another great addition to the park. The final attraction in Cars Land is Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. Join Luigi and his cousins as guests ride in car vehicles as they move and spin to Italian music. This is a fun little trackless ride that is fun for all the family. In Cars Land, you can also find a recreation of Radiator Springs, the town that a lot of the movie's events take place. This is where you'll find the shopping and dining locations within the land, and don't forget to visit the land during the evening or the nighttime, as it truly is a sight not to be missed. The next area is Pacific Wharf, themed as a Californian fishing port, and mainly consists of many dining locations. But it does house the one attraction, the Bakery Tour. This is a simple walkthrough attraction that shows the process of making sourdough bread. You'll be able to watch the different steps of making the bread, as well as getting the chance to sample some of the delicious baked goods. Replacing Paradise Pier in 2018, Pixar Pier is themed to the popular Pixar movies, including The Incredibles, Toy Story, and Inside Out. The first attraction is the Incredicoaster. This steel roller coaster features all the characters from The Incredibles as you chase Jack around the beautiful layout of the track. Not only is it the longest and fastest coaster in all of Disneyland Resort, it also features one loop, making it the only attraction with an inversion. This is one of the most thrilling attractions in the park and not one to be missed. Next is Jesse's Critter Carousel, inspired by Jesse's wilderness friends featured in the Woody's Roundup television show from Toy Story 2. Guests can ride on a selection of critters on this nice relaxing carousel attraction. Further into Pixar Pier is Toy Story Midway Mania, which has actually been open since 2008 but was redesigned to be included in Pixar Pier. It's an interactive 3D shooting gallery featuring characters from the Toy Story franchise. It has great interactivity, rewritability, and genuinely enjoyable for adults and kids alike. Next is the iconic Pixar Pal Around. This is an eccentric wheel ride that sports the face of Mickey in the center of its wheel. It was formerly known as the Sun Wheel, then Mickey's Fun Wheel, and finally Pixar Pal Around in the retheme in 2018. This wheel offers 24 gondolas in a choice of ride-throughs. 16 of the gondolas ride on interior rails so that they slide inward and outward as the wheel rotates, which is quite the intense experience. But don't worry, 8 of the gondolas are fixed to the rim of the wheel, offering a more relaxing ride. The final attraction in Pixar Pier is Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind. This is a spinning attraction where you can ride Riley's emotions while sitting in a basket that takes you up, down, and around. Some of Paradise Pier remains as a smaller themed land called Paradise Gardens Park. The first attraction is Silly Symphony Swings, a wave swinger ride themed to Disney's 1935 short film, The Band Concert. Mickey Mouse conducts from high atop the attraction, synchronized with the music as the chairs raise up and swing around. Next is Goofy Sky School, a steel Wild Mouse roller coaster where guests board a plane and navigate a crash course of flying which features sharp turns, steep drops, and sudden stops. Goofy is pictured on billboards throughout the ride, teaching guests the step-by-step process of flying a plane. This is a nice little coaster that is fun for all the family. Another attraction that is great fun is Jumpin' Jellyfish, a small parachute drop ride which allows the guests to board colourful jellyfish as you slowly descend back to Earth. Right next door is the Golden Zephyr, another spinning attraction that has guests ride in rocket ships as you go on a relaxing, twirling adventure. The final attraction in Paradise Gardens Park is the Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure. This Omnimover dark ride takes you under the sea, where you will experience an adventure with all your favourite characters and songs. Opposite the Little Mermaid is the viewing area for the nighttime show, The World of Colour, although there are many places to view the show around Pixar Pier and Paradise Gardens Park. The much-loved show features 1,200 fountains and includes lights, water, fire, fog, and lasers, all synchronized to popular songs from Disney classics. There are also high-definition projections on mist screens showing clips from all the fan-favorite movies and TV shows from Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel. So there is something for everyone to enjoy. It has just recently made a comeback with some new exciting additions. So make sure you catch a viewing, as it's the perfect way to end your day at Disney's California Adventure. We now move to the final area of the park, Grizzly Peak, which is set to look like a classic American national park. First up is the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, a forest-themed play area that features a trail in a redwood forest, a large network of stairs and rope bridges, a traverse rock climbing wall, a zip line, side-by-side slides, and an amphitheater. Explorers can also visit the Kenai Spirit Cave to find what spirit animal represents them. This is the perfect way to enjoy some nature and relax away from the busier areas of the park. Next is Grizzly River Run, the river rapids ride that opened with the park in 2001. It is similar to Kali River Rapids over at Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World, except for the rafts. They are engineered to spin as you descend the mountain, which features a cave and a log jam. Remember, you will most likely get wet, so either bring a raincoat or you could just dry off in the hot Californian sun. The final attraction in this guide is Soarin', the hang glider simulator that also opened with the park in 2001 and was the first ever Soarin' attraction to feature in a Disney park. It switches between the original Soarin' over California, which flies guests over some amazing sceneries from all over the Golden State, and Soarin' around the world, where you will visit many places from around the globe. It is currently set as Soarin' over California, but check with the official Disneyland Resort website to see which version is showing during your visit. So that wraps up all the attractions in Disney's California Adventure, and just 7 months later, the 9th Disney park and 2nd at the Tokyo Disney Resort, Tokyo Disney Sea, opened in September 2001. As you make your way through the Disney Sea Plaza and the park entrance, you will first enter into the Mediterranean Harbour, which is themed to an Italian port city, complete with gondolas, shops, restaurants, and even a few attractions. Also built into the architecture of the port is the Hotel Miracosta, which not only offers easy entrance into the park, but gives a more authentic feeling that it is a living, breathing city. The first attraction in this guide is actually the newest to be added to the park, Soaring! Fantastic Flight. Opening in 2019 and with a complete new theme and vehicle design, this popular flying simulator ride is housed in the Museum of Fantastic Flight, where you join Camilla Falco on a special flight that travels all over the world, before ending back at the beautiful Disney Sea. With its amazing design and links to Society of Explorers and Adventurers, many are calling this the best version of the 4 different Soarin' attractions, and I find that hard to disagree. Next, you can head to the amazing walkthrough attraction Fortress Explorations, which celebrates the golden age of exploration and explorers like Leonardo da Vinci and Marco Polo. This also serves as the headquarters of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, with the many different interactive exhibits and experiences, which can be enjoyed freely or with an accompanying game called the Leonardo Challenge. Heading back to the main part of the Mediterranean harbour, you can take a nice relaxing ride on the Venetian gondolas, as the gondoliers take you on a journey around the Palazzo canals, while telling stories about the surrounding scenery.
The final attraction in this first port of call is the Disney Sea Transit Steamer Line. This is a special water transportation system that links 3 of the lands within Disney Sea. You can travel between the Mediterranean Harbour, the American waterfront, and the furthest land from the entrance, Lost River Delta. Not only is it a great way to navigate a park, but also just a fun, relaxing ride to take, especially at night. So let's follow the transit steamer line to the next land in Disney Sea, the American waterfront. This port is split into 2 different areas: the bustling New York City, set at the end of the industrial age, and the quiet New England fishing village, Cape Cod. The first attraction in American waterfront is Toy Story Mania, the interactive 3D shooting gallery featuring characters from the Toy Story franchise. It has great interactivity, rewritability, and is genuinely enjoyable for adults and kids alike as you try to compete for the highest score. Next up is an attraction you won't be able to miss, Tower of Terror. This is unlike other versions of Tower of Terror due to its very unique design and storyline. You will need to enter Hotel Hightower, named after the infamous antique dealer Harrison Hightower III, who mysteriously disappeared due to the stolen idol Shiriki Utundu. This ride is also linked to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers and features the usual drops, dark elements, and great storyline that the Tower of Terror is known for. For a more lighter attraction, you can head to the massive SS Columbia that, as well as having 2 dining locations and beautiful views of the park, it also houses Turtle Talk, an interactive show starring Crush, the sea turtle from the Finding Nemo films. The animated characters interact with the audience and is especially exciting for the younger guests. Just in front of the SS Columbia is the Dockside stage that is currently performing the show Jamboree Mickey Let's Dance. This is a high-energy dance party that is perfect for the younger guests to dance along to and can be enjoyed at this wonderful outdoor seated theatre. Another show can be found in the Broadway Music Theatre called Big Band Beat: A Special Treat. This is a stylish revue-type show featuring swing jazz, fantastic dances by Disney characters, and you won't believe who they have on the drums. You can hop on the big city vehicles that take you on a ride around the American waterfront. They include an open-top town car, a delivery truck, police wagon, and more, as you take in the sights and sounds of this beautiful park. The final attraction in the American waterfront is another type of transportation, the Disney Sea Electric Railway. This is an elevated electric trolley car system that offers amazing views and conveniently transports guests to the next land in this guide, Port Discovery. Also known as the Tomorrowland of Tokyo Disney Sea, this futuristic marina is home to 2 attractions. First up is Nemo and Friends Sea Rider, a large-scale motion simulator ride where guests board a fish-shaped submarine and are shrunk to the size of a typical fish. They are then guided by Dory and Nemo as they go on an adventure through the ocean. This is a great attraction for all the family. The other attraction is Aquatopia, a trackless water ride that uses the same system as Pooh's Honey Hunt and Mystic Manor, except it uniquely travels through shallow water, giving the illusion of floating on top of the water. During the summer, the attraction is split into the regular dry version, or you can choose the wet version that adds water fountains and the chance to get soaked. We now go from the modern Port Discovery to the ancient civilization within the Lost River Delta. But before you cross the bridge into the main part of the port, you will first see the hangar stage that is currently running the Halloween Time with You show that celebrates all the past Halloween programs that have been performed at Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea over the years, along with special appearances from Mickey and Minnie. As you enter the main section of the Lost River Delta, you will see an ancient Mexican temple, which is home to Indiana Jones' adventure, Temple of the Crystal Skull. This is a dark ride that takes you on an adventure with Dr. Jones as he searches for the Fountain of Youth. But things don't go as planned due to the dangerous Crystal Skull, and you will rush to try to escape. This is an amazing attraction with lots of different scenes, music, and hidden Easter eggs from all the Indiana Jones movies. This is one not to be missed. The other attraction in the Lost River Delta is Raging Spirits, a roller coaster that travels in and around the jungle and a 5,000
4,000-year-old temple. This is the only attraction at the Tokyo Disney Resort that features an inversion with its single vertical loop, which also makes it one of the most thrilling rides. As I mentioned before, you can also take the Disney Sea Transit steamer line from the Lost River Delta that will take you back to the Mediterranean harbour near the entrance of the park. The next land is the Arabian Coast, which is mainly based on Agrabah, the city from the Disney classic Aladdin. The first attraction is Jasmine's Flying Carpets, which gives guests control of the magic carpet as you spin around Jasmine's garden. This was added in 2011 and is perfect for the younger guests. Next up is Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, the dark ride on water that follows the adventures of the infamous Sinbad and his lovable tiger sidekick Chandu. You'll encounter mermaids, pirates, a giant and some mischievous monkeys as you travel to different lands before returning home. This features over 150 audio animatronics as well as a beautiful soundtrack and is one you definitely don't want to miss. You have a chance to win some special prizes at the different fun games in Abu's Bazaar as you head towards the other side of the land. Here is where you can find the Caravan Carousel, a 2-story carousel that lets you ride the traditional horses as well as various Arabian animals like camels, elephants and griffins. Keep an eye out as you may get the chance to ride the magic carpet or even Genie. The final attraction in the Arabian Coast port is the Magic Lamp Theatre. In this fun 3D show, an untalented magician finds a magic lamp and uses the genie's wishes to become one of the most powerful magicians in the world. The magician's assistant and genie hatch a plan to make the magician use his final wish, therefore freeing Genie. The live-action show uses real magic tricks as well as 3D effects to bring Genie to life. Moving back into the center of the park, the next port of call is Mermaid Lagoon, which is of course based on The Little Mermaid, and most of its attractions are located inside King Triton's palace, which gives the illusion of being underwater. Let's begin with the 2 outdoor attractions, starting with Flounder's Flying Fish Coaster. This is a nice little steel family coaster that is themed to Ariel's best friend Flounder. You'll glide along with him and his flying fish entourage. Next is Scuttle's Scooters, a caterpillar-style ride that seats guests in the various hermit crabs as you spin around all under the watchful eye of Scuttle the seagull. For the other attractions, you will need to enter Triton's Kingdom, starting with the Whirlpool, a spinning teacup ride where you will sit in cups made of kelp as you are spun around on this whirlwind adventure. Next is Ariel's Playground, which has lots of fun and interactive elements. It features Ariel's grotto filled with her collection of treasures, a shipwreck, Ursula's lair and dungeon, as well as statues that shoot water. This is a great place for the younger guests to play and explore. Another attraction that is fun for the younger guests is Jumpin' Jellyfish, a small parachute drop ride which allows the guests to board colourful jellyfish as you slowly descend back to the bottom of the sea. Next is a fantastic show in the Mermaid Lagoon Theatre called King Triton's Concert. All your favourite characters perform all the wonderful songs from the movie with the use of puppetry, special effects and live actors in this truly unique stage show. This is a very popular show, so make sure to arrive early to avoid disappointment. The final attraction in the Mermaid Lagoon is Blowfish Balloon Race, a spinner attraction that lifts you up from the seabed in seashell gondolas as the fully inflated blowfish spin you around and round. Although this area is aimed at the younger guests, it's a great place to come and enjoy the cool AC or warm heaters in the summer and winter months, as well as its fun underwater atmosphere. So we now come to the final land in this guide, Mysterious Island, which is based around the famous Jules Verne novel and is also home to the park's icon, Mount Prometheus, an active volcano that can be seen to burst with fire and smoke throughout the day. You can find 2 great attractions in this port, starting with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This is a dark ride that submerges guests into the deep depths within the Neptune submarines as you join Captain Nemo as volunteer crew. You'll see a coral reef, shipwrecks, and an abundance of aquatic life before being attacked by a giant squid. You escape through a trench only to find the lost city of Atlantis. This is a great fully immersive attraction that is fun for all the family. The final attraction in Mysterious Island is the journey to the center of the Earth. You will need to head into Captain Nemo's secret base inside the formidable Mount Prometheus. After wandering through caverns and taking special elevators down to the base station, you'll board steam-powered mine vehicles that uses the same slot car technology used on Test Track at Epcot. You'll head deep into the volcano and find a whole other world complete with all types of strange flora and fauna, including a not-so-friendly creature. This is another great unique dark ride that can't be missed. There is also some great exciting nighttime entertainment in the park, including Disney Light the Night, which is a modest 5-minute fireworks show accompanied with classic Disney music and songs. Now it's time to take a look at all the exciting additions coming to the park in the near future. On November 11th, 2022, Tokyo DisneySea is debuting a brand new nighttime show called Believe Sea of Dreams, which will replace Fantasmic. It will be performed on the waters of the Mediterranean harbour, and looking at the concept artwork, it will be a worthy replacement. Also, to celebrate the resort's 40th anniversary next year, a whole new land will be coming to the park called Fantasy Springs. The themed Port of Call will be comprised of 3 distinct areas recreating the worlds of the Disney films Frozen, Tangled and Peter Pan, as well as a deluxe hotel with a one-of-a-kind special wing that will be the most luxurious accommodations ever at Tokyo Disney Resort. We can't wait for this exciting new addition coming to the park next year, and we got a sneak peek and new exciting details, including the 4 different attraction ride cars at the recent D23 Expo in Anaheim, California. That covers all the attractions in the wonderful Tokyo DisneySea, which takes us nicely to the 10th Disney park and second at the Disneyland Paris Resort. Walt Disney Studios opened in 2002. You will first enter the park into the front lot, which is home to many shops and guest services, as well as a beautiful statue of Mickey. You will also be able to see the Eiffel Tower that was also previously found at Hollywood Studios and the original Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. It now serves as the park's icon. You will then walk into Disney Studio One, a covered walkway featuring a full recreation of a Hollywood street, where you can find some more shopping locations along with some quick service restaurants. As you exit the soundstage and turn right, you will enter Toon Studio, a land inspired by Disney and Pixar animated characters. The first attraction in this guide is Animation Celebration, which is an interactive experience where you will step into the world of Frozen in a unique show called Frozen: A Musical Invitation. First, you will meet Anna, Kristoff and Sven in Kristoff's barn before heading on through to Elsa's Ice Palace for a wonderful celebration. All your favorite songs and characters appear in the show, with the dialogue being a combination of English and French, allowing more guests to enjoy the show. It is unknown if this show will continue with the opening of Arendelle World of Frozen next year, but either way, it's a great show and definitely worth checking out. In the Animation Celebration, you can also head to the Animation Academy, where you will be taught how to draw one of the amazing Disney characters. Further into Toon Studio, you will come to the Animagic Theatre, that is home to the spellbinding live show Mickey and the Magician. The show is set in a great magician studio in 19th century Paris, where his apprentice, Mickey, has been given the task of cleaning the whole workshop. As you can probably guess, things don't go as smoothly as Mickey had hoped, and he is transported into the magical worlds of Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Aladdin and Frozen. With an amazing soundtrack featuring songs from these magical worlds, along with beautiful special effects and puppetry, this is truly one of the best unique Disney shows found at any Disney park. Right next door to the theatre is the Flying Carpets over Agrabah. This is a spinner ride similar to the Magic Carpets of Aladdin over in Magic Kingdom, or the classic Dumbo the Flying Elephant. The story is a little different with this one, as you'll be starring as extras in Genie's directional debut, with the Agrabah movie set giving a nice backdrop. We now move on to the largest area in the park, Worlds of Pixar, that contains a variety of attractions from popular Pixar movies. First is Crush's Coaster, a family spinning roller coaster based on Crush the sea turtle from Finding Nemo. This is mostly set indoors and features memorable scenes from the movie with the use of screens and audio animatronics. This is a great little fun coaster that is perfect for guests of all ages. Opposite Crush's coaster is Cars Race Rally, a spinning whip ride similar to Alien Swirling Saucers in Hollywood Studios or Mater's Junkyard Jamboree in Disney's California Adventure. Guests sit in various different cars as they are whipped around 4 spinning plateaus at the Radiator Springs service station. This is fun for all the family, especially those that are fans of the Cars movies. Further into Worlds of Pixar, the path splits into 2, and if you go right, you'll head to Ratatouille the Adventure. This is an exciting, trackless dark ride that shrinks you down to experience life in the kitchen as a rat alongside Remy and friends. It opened in 2014, and due to the popularity, it has now been added to the France Pavilion in Epcot at Walt Disney World in 2021. This is an amazing addition to Worlds of Pixar, and is definitely a must ride when visiting Walt Disney Studios. The ride is surrounded by stunning Parisian scenery, along with some amazing restaurants and shopping locations. Opposite Ratatouille the Adventure is the Toy Story Playland that features 3 exciting attractions. Similar Toy Story lands have been added to the Hong Kong and Shanghai Disneylands, but this was the first one to ever be created in 2010. First is RC Racer, a steel shutter roller coaster which gives you some high thrills for such a simple attraction. Guests will take a ride on RC as you're taken back and forth on an orange half-loop track. Next is Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin, a caterpillar style ride which is a great way to introduce younger guests to thrill rides. And finally, Toy Soldier Parachute Drop, which lifts guests up an 80-foot tower before gently tumbling back down to earth in a series of rises and falls. It is also a great way to get an amazing view of the land and its surroundings. The final attraction in the Worlds of Pixar is located further down at the back of the park, and this is one of the newest attractions, Cars Road Trip. This was previously the Studio Tram Tour that took guests through a selection of movie memorabilia and show scenes, but has now been transformed into a Cars-themed attraction filled with all your favourite characters from the franchise. Highlights include Mater's iFuel Tower, a replica of the Eiffel Tower made with car parts, and the Catastrophe Canyon that has some amazing fire and water effects. Until all the expansions have been completed, currently the park is not a full loop, so you will need to go back through Worlds of Pixar and Toon Studio to get to the next area of the park, Production Courtyard. This features Hollywood-inspired street sets and the production facilities of movie lots. The first attraction is something you can't miss, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, a new dimension of chills. This amazing drop ride has everything we love about a great Disney park attraction. An awesome storyline, incredible theming, an atmospheric queue line and pre-show, and just a great thrilling experience overall. It is slightly different to the version in Hollywood Studios, and in 2019, new elements and storylines were added, which gives a great re-rideability. So why don't you ride this elevator that travels directly to
the Twilight Zone.
Production Central is also home to 3 different shows, mainly aimed at the younger guests. In Studio D, the Disney Junior Dream Factory is a unique show where guests need to take part in repairing the factory along with the hosts Mickey and Minnie. Popular Disney Junior characters also appear throughout, including Fancy Nancy Clancy, Timon, and Vampirina. Also in Studio D is Stitch Live, an interactive show that allows younger guests to communicate with Stitch via a live satellite link-up. It's amazing that the real-time computer graphics really feels like you are talking to Stitch, as you will need to assist him through a variety of adventures. Due to the nature of this technology, it makes each viewing a totally unique experience that even the older guests can enjoy. Over in the Studio Theatre, you can catch a showing of the amazing nature film Symphony for Our World. This award-winning National Geographic documentary is a powerful tribute to the beauty and wonders of the natural world that also includes an amazing soundtrack. We now move on to the final and most exciting new land in Walt Disney Studios, the amazing Avengers Campus. The first attraction you will come to is Spider-Man Web Adventure. With the use of screens and physical sets, you join Peter Parker throughout the different areas of Avengers Campus as you try to stop loose spider bots before they cause too much damage. The ride uses new technology which will track your hands as you shoot webs just like Spider-Man. You can also purchase a selection of merchandise that can be used on the attraction to improve your ability. This was first introduced at Disney's California Adventure as Web Slingers in 2021 and is a perfect ride that lets all the family compete for the highest score. Avengers Campus also includes some exciting new live hero encounters and dining locations. The Pym Kitchen is an American-style buffet restaurant serving larger-than-life food and is based on Ant-Man, and the Stark Factory is a quick-service location serving pizza and pasta in a cool warehouse setting filled with Marvel Easter eggs and the Iron Man Hulkbuster suit. The hero encounters can be seen throughout the day and include a dance challenge with Guardians of the Galaxy, meeting the Warriors of Wakanda, and even see Spider-Man, Black Widow and Black Panther in action against the Taskmaster. You'll also be able to see a selection of Avengers appear at the Heroic Welcome, located around the Quinjet, and you can head to the Hero Training Center to get some special lessons from Iron Man, Captain Marvel and Spider-Man. Overall, there are lots of amazing things to do in Avengers Campus, which brings us to the final attraction in this guide, and the most thrilling in all of the Disneyland Paris Resort, Avengers Assemble Flight Force. This is a steel-launched roller coaster that was formerly the popular Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, but all of it has been completely rethemed as you join Iron Man and Captain Marvel in an emergency mission to space. The pre-show features an awesome Iron Man audio animatronic that details the mission before heading onto the ride. Along with the high-speed launch, the coaster features 3 inversions as well as screens throughout the ride through, with Iron Man and Captain Marvel flying alongside the guests. This is an amazing, thrilling attraction that will please Marvel and coaster fans alike. For the 11th park and 5th new resort, Hong Kong Disneyland opened in 2005. You enter Hong Kong Disneyland into the classic Main Street USA, offering all the usual shopping and dining delights as well as a few attractions. First up is the Hong Kong Disneyland Railroad, where you can ride a locomotive around most of the park. It only has 2 stations, one in Main Street and the other at the back of the park in Fantasyland, but the train route will take you through all of the lands, including some of the attractions, and is a nice relaxing ride overall. The next 2 attractions in Main Street are the Animation Academy and Art of Animation. Animation Academy is where you can learn to draw your favorite Disney characters along with a Disney animator. Although the presentation is only in Cantonese, most of the tutorial is visually based, so can be enjoyed by everyone. The Art of Animation is an exhibition of the different animation techniques used by Disney throughout the years, using theater presentations and interactive exhibits. If you're a Disney Parks fan, then these attractions are a perfect way to spend some downtime away from the more popular areas of the park. There is also a special exhibition called Building a Dream, the magic behind a Disney castle, which details the design and construction of the new Castle of Magical Dreams that was completed in 2020. Similar to other Disney parks, you can catch a ride on one of the amazing Main Street vehicles that will take you up or down the beautiful Main Street USA. You have a choice of the 2-story omnibus, the Main Street taxi, or the paddy wagon. This is running throughout the day, except when there is high traffic and during the parades. As with all my attraction guides, I will head around the park clockwise, which takes us nicely to the next land, Adventureland. This is the biggest Adventureland in any of the Disney parks, which features many of the fan favorite attractions. The Jungle River Cruise is offered in 3 different languages and features all the classic animal audio animatronics, water features, and joke-filled skippers, as well as some unique elements including a waterfall on fire. If you love classic Disney attractions, you won't be disappointed with this one. The Festival of the Lion King is the amazing show featuring many different types of singers, dancers, and acrobats, as well as all your favorite Lion King characters and songs to sing along to. It has some elements in Cantonese, but this doesn't stop it being enjoyable for all guests. This is a popular show, so I would advise arriving at least 30 minutes before the showtime. In 2018, a new interactive show, Moana: A Homecoming Celebration, was added to Adventureland. Presented on the outdoor stage, Jungle Junction, Moana recounts her adventures with the use of amazing puppetry, dancing, and inspirational music. This is a great new addition to the park and definitely worth checking out. The last attraction in Adventureland is Tarzan's Treehouse, which is located on Tarzan's Island. It can be accessed by rafts similar to Tom Sawyer Island in Disneyland. This is a walkthrough attraction with many different characters and hidden Easter eggs from the classic Disney animation. This is now the last remaining treehouse themed to Tarzan due to the closure and retheme of Disneyland's version. The next land is Grizzly Gulch, which was added in 2012. It is stylistically similar to Frontierland, albeit a lot smaller. It features active geysers, a saloon bar, and one attraction, but it is one of the best roller coasters in the park. Big Grizzly Mountain Runaway Minecars is a train-themed roller coaster that includes a high-speed launch, a backward section, and 3 audio animatronic bears that are included into the backstory of the ride. It shares similarities to Expedition Everest and Big Thunder Mountain, but is unique enough to please even the wildest thrill seekers. The next new land is Mystic Point that was completed in 2013, which features 2 attractions. The Haunted Mansion styled ride, Mystic Manor, is a trackless dark ride which has incredible theming and a deep backstory that will make you want to ride this attraction over and over. This was the first ride in Hong Kong Disneyland to feature the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which is now being used to link many different attractions and restaurants in other Disney parks around the world. Also, with music produced by the legendary Danny Elfman, this is a great ride not to be missed. You can also take a stroll in the Garden of Wonders that includes some unbelievable illusions, or try some delicious Asian food in the Explorers Club restaurant. Overall, this is my new favourite land in Hong Kong Disneyland and is a great place to explore and enjoy the atmosphere. Moving on to Toy Story Land, which was added in 2011. It's very similar to the original Toy Story Playland at Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris and the Toy Story Land in Shanghai Disneyland. It features 3 attractions: RC Racer, a steel shutter roller coaster, which gives you some high thrills for such a simple ride; Slinky Dog Spin, a caterpillar style ride, which is a great way to introduce younger guests to thrill rides; and Toy Soldier Parachute Drop, which hoists guests up an 80-foot tower before gently tumbling back down to earth in a series of rises and falls. This attraction is also a great way to get some amazing views of the park and the surrounding area. Now onto Fantasyland. Here you can find some of the classic Disneyland attractions like Dumbo the Flying Elephant, a flying carousel style ride, Mad Hatter's Teacups, the infamous spinning teacup ride, and the popular Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, a dark ride featuring all the lovable characters from the books and animation. You can also take a ride on one of the graceful prancing horses on the Cinderella Carousel. I always recommend riding this at night so you can enjoy the beautiful attraction and Fantasyland with all the special lighting that comes with it. Another opening day attraction is the 4D show PhilharMagic, an awesome 12-minute animation with added effects, scents, and water, which features Donald Duck and lots of classic Disney characters and songs in this fun adventure film. Other versions of PhilharMagic around the world have been updated to include a new scene from the popular Coco, but there has yet to be an announcement for this version, but I hope it will be included over the next couple of years. The dark boat ride It's a Small World was added in 2008 and features all the amazing audio animatronic dolls as well as 38 Disney characters and an expanded Asian section to represent more local nationalities. With the catchy theme song and the relaxing ride through, this is a perfect attraction for all the family to enjoy. Another relaxing attraction is the Fairy Tale Forest. This unique walkthrough attraction will let you explore some classic Disney fairy tales in the amazing storybook garden. You will see miniature scenes from Tangled, Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella and the Little Mermaid. The final attraction in Fantasyland is Mickey and the Wondrous Book, a 28-minute stage show that can be found in the Storybook Theatre. This wonderful show features Mickey and Goofy discovering a magical book which transports them into some classic Disney stories, including The Jungle Book and Aladdin. Each section features a few characters and songs from different movies, making it entertaining for guests of all ages. All the songs are in English, but the spoken lines are in Cantonese with English subtitles projected onto screens. This is a great show unique to Hong Kong Disneyland. We now move on to the final land in the park, Tomorrowland. Space Mountain is now Hyperspace Mountain, with a full-size X-Wing in the queue line, as well as a Star Wars theme throughout the ride. As a Space Mountain and Star Wars fan, this is another perfect attraction in the park. Next is the spinning spaceship ride Orbitron. This is similar to the Astro Orbiter that can be found at other Disney parks. This is a fun attraction and a great way to check out Tomorrowland in all its glory. The next ride was the first ever Marvel attraction in a Disney park that arrived in 2017. The Iron Man Experience is a 3D motion simulator very similar to Star Tours, which has guests fighting alongside Tony Stark, with the story taking place at the Stark Expo in Hong Kong Disneyland and the city of Hong Kong, which gives it a very authentic feel. If you're a Marvel fan, it is sure one not to be missed. In 2019, they added another Marvel attraction into Tomorrowland. Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle is still a shooting dark ride, but you fight alongside the two mini superheroes while you get smaller and smaller as you fight Arnim Zola and his army of Hydra swarm bots. It uses the latest in laser technology for better precision shooting, and the overall feel of the ride is definitely better than its predecessor. There are currently 3 nighttime shows for guests to enjoy. We Love Mickey is a projection show that transforms Main Street into a canvas of vibrant, colourful visuals to a backdrop of pumping electronic music. Stick around to the end of the show to see a special guest appear at the bottom of Main Street. Next is the nighttime parade Paint the Night, an electric light parade that flows down Main Street. A total of 7 floats and 740,000 individual LED lights makes this a dazzling show. You can even buy merchandise that is programmed to change color along with the performance, so guests can become part of the show. It is currently yet to make a comeback after its closure in 2020, but there has been an announcement that it will be coming back at some point in 2022. The final nighttime show is the amazing Momentous. This is a brand new show that will delight your senses with spectacular multimedia elements, including large-scale 3D projection mapping technology, choreographed fountains, illuminated water projection, lasers, theatrical lighting, pyrotechnics, and fireworks effects. It features close to 40 classic Disney moments and nearly 150 cherished Disney and Pixar characters, so there is something for everyone to enjoy. So that rounds up all the current attractions at Hong Kong Disneyland, but there are lots of exciting additions coming in the near future. The current Marvel attractions in Tomorrowland will be given its own land called Stark Expo, and it will also be adding a brand new attraction called Avengers Quinjet that was meant to be completed in 2023, but with no news at the recent D23 Expo means we may have to wait a few more years until its opening. Next up, we have this brand new Walt and Mickey statue coming to Fantasyland to celebrate Disney's 100-year anniversary celebration next year. And in the second half of 2023, a whole new land, World of Frozen, will be debuting in the park. This will include 2 attractions, Frozen Ever After, the popular boat dark ride that can already be found in Epcot at Walt Disney World, and the first ever Frozen-themed roller coaster called Wandering Oaken Sliding Sleighs, which looks similar in design to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and will include some Frozen characters as well as some amazing views of the land. So that wraps up all the attractions in Hong Kong Disneyland, which means we are at the 12th and final Disney park. Shanghai Disneyland opened the 6th Disney resort in 2016. Let's begin with the first land as you enter the park, Mickey Avenue. All the other castle parks around the world feature the iconic Main Street USA, but Disney Imagineers came up with the unique Mickey Avenue to help introduce new guests to classic Disney characters. It is similar in style to Mickey's Toontown and offers plenty of shopping and dining locations, as well as lots of character meet and greets throughout the day. Mickey Avenue offers one attraction, which is the new show Mickey's Storybook Adventure. Opening in 2021 as part of the park's 5th anniversary, this 28-minute stage show can be found in the Walt Disney Grand Theater. This wonderful show features Mickey and Goofy discovering a magical book which transports them into some classic Disney stories, including The Jungle Book and Aladdin. Each section features a few characters and songs from different movies, making it entertaining for guests of all ages. All the songs are in English, but the spoken lines are in Mandarin, with English subtitles projected onto screens, so it can be enjoyed by more guests. Once you have made your way through Mickey Avenue, you will come to the main hub of the park, Gardens of Imagination. With beautiful views of the enchanted Storybook Castle, this land also features 7 unique Chinese gardens and an amazing mural of the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac, represented by Disney characters. You can even find a few attractions: Dumbo the Flying Elephant, the classic spinning attraction that is the only ride that can be found at all 6 Disney resorts, and the special Fantasia Carousel that brings the classic movie to life on this unique carousel. You can also meet your favorite Marvel characters in the special pavilion called Marvel Universe. Enjoy this walkthrough exhibit that has lots of classic Marvel memorabilia on display, as well as having a chance to draw one of your favorite characters at the Marvel Comic Academy. In front of the castle, you'll be able to watch the Golden Fairy Tale Fanfare, the daytime stage show featuring larger-than-life costumes and memorable music, all celebrating classic Disney movies, such as Aladdin, Frozen, and Brave. Gardens of Imagination has lots to explore and gives plenty of space to watch the parades and nighttime entertainment. As with all my attraction guides, I will head around the park clockwise, which takes us nicely to the next area, Tomorrowland. This is the most futuristic Tomorrowland to have ever been built in a Disney park, and you can tell the new additions coming to Magic Kingdom and Tokyo Disneyland will have a similar style to this one. The first attraction you come to is the spinning ride Jetpacks. This is similar to the Astro Orbiter that can be found at other Disney parks, but instead of the usual rockets, you will take a ride in a jetpack. The next attraction is the popular Tron Light Cycle Power Run. This is of course based on the sci-fi film Tron Legacy, with its sleek design and motorcycle-styled ride cars. Join the grid as you take a high-speed launch straight into the outside portion of the coaster before heading back inside the enclosed track as you battle other riders on this exciting attraction. Even though there are no inversions, this is still the most thrilling ride in the park, and as you probably know, will be added to Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland in spring 2023. On the lower part of the land, you'll also be able to find everyone's favorite shooting dark ride, Buzz Lightyear Planet Rescue, where you fight alongside Buzz to defeat the evil Emperor Zurg. This is a great attraction that is perfect for you to compete against your friends and family to see who can get the highest score. Next door is the Stitch Encounter, an interactive show that allows younger guests to communicate with Stitch via a live satellite link-up. It's amazing that the real-time computer graphics really feels like you're talking to Stitch, as you will need to assist him through a variety of adventures. Due to the nature of this technology, it makes each viewing a totally unique experience that even the older guests can enjoy. This attraction is only in Mandarin, but is still enjoyable to watch the high-energy action. In Tomorrowland, you will also be able to find the Pepsi E-Stage that is home to 3 different shows throughout the day. Guests will be able to get a quick workout at Baymax Super Exercise Expo, as Hero and Baymax from Big Hero 6 show off some awesome dance moves. You'll see some of the Avengers team up to fight Arnim Zola and Hydra in Avengers Training Initiative, which also gives the opportunity to sign up to become part of the show. And at nighttime, the stage transforms into an incredible futuristic experience, Club Destiny, where androids, a cybernetic DJ, and an anime pop star electrify the night with decades of rock hits and hot dance moves. Just recently added to Tomorrowland is Avatar Explore Pandora. This is an exhibition filled with lots of life-size statues, interactive games, small scenes, as well as lots of information to learn more about the Na'vi culture and other elements of the Pandora lore. There is also a chance to buy some exclusive merchandise, including your very own Banshee. This will run until March 2023, and we're unsure if it is just to promote the new Avatar movie or to test the waters of a possible Avatar-themed expansion similar to that found in Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. We will have to wait and see. Although Shanghai Disneyland only opened in 2016, it added its first expansion in April 2018, which is our next land, Toy Story Land. It features 3 attractions: Rex Racer, a steel shuttle roller coaster which gives you some high thrills for such a simple ride; Slinky Dog Spin, a caterpillar-style ride which is a great way to introduce younger guests to thrill rides; and Woody's Roundup, a flat ride that whips guests round to a pumping soundtrack. This one is similar to Alien Swirling Saucers at Hollywood Studios and the Happy Ride with Baymax at Tokyo Disneyland. Now we head to Fantasyland. This is the park's largest land and features the wonderful Enchanted Storybook Castle. As the biggest castle of all the Disney castles, it combines all the classic Disney princesses, create a very unique hybrid castle. It features a walkthrough attraction named Once Upon a Time Adventure, which uses audio animatronics and special projections to tell the story of Snow White through various different rooms and scenes. You can take a relaxing boat ride on the Voyage to the Crystal Grotto, which goes around and under the castle and features miniature scenes from classic Disney films like Mulan, Tangled, Fantasia, and many more. Next up is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This is a steel-based family coaster that includes some amazing audio animatronics and nice little storyline elements, like the diamond mine with all the dwarfs and the appearance of the witch arriving to give Snow White the poisoned apple. This is a nice little coaster for all the family to enjoy. You can try the classic Peter Pan's Flight, which includes updated technology like animation projection to create the splashdown effect, as well as its use on characters throughout the ride, which helps it to give it a more modern feel compared to other versions. You can get lost in the Alice in Wonderland maze, a walk-through hedge maze inspired by the film adaptations from 1951 and 2010, with all your favourite characters and scenes, and it offers a perfect chance for some photos with its unique views of the castle. Next is the popular show, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. Although the show is in Mandarin, younger guests can still enjoy watching all their favourite characters and singing along to their favourite songs. The final two attractions are Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, a dark ride featuring all the lovable characters from the books and animations, and Honey Pot Spin, a spinning teacup style ride to the theme of everybody's favourite bear. There are also plenty of opportunities to meet characters and princesses throughout Fantasyland, as well as a few unique outdoor shows, Fantasy Festival, and Bai Ling Storytime that uses puppetry and lovable Disney characters to recreate dances and stories. We now move on to a land unique to Shanghai, Treasure Cove. This is of course a pirate-themed land that has, in my opinion, one of the best attractions that Disney Imagineers has ever created. Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Sunken Treasure. It has the largest show building in Disney history, which it needs to house the massive jaw-dropping scenes within the ride. It uses a magnetic ride system which can move the ride vehicles forwards, backwards, sideways, and up and down slopes and even drops. All the special effects and animations were created by the same company used in the film franchise. This is a fully immersive attraction, and due to the high load capacity, you shouldn't have to wait too long. Treasure Cove also has a fun show called Eye of the Storm Captain Jack's Stunt Spectacular, which includes a fun pre-show along with some unique effects like the amazing live whirlwind and plenty of different stunts. Of course, Jack Sparrow comes along to save the day, creating an exciting action-packed show. On Siren's Revenge, you can explore a fully sized pirate ship. Younger guests will love finding all the hidden treasure above and below deck on this exciting walkthrough attraction. In the warmer months, you can also head to the Shipwreck Shore, a huge water play area that has lots of different water features, interactive elements, and of course a shipwreck. This is a perfect spot to cool down in the hot weather. On the other side of the lake, you can also take a leisurely paddle in the Explorer canoes, which gives you a unique perspective of the park, especially Treasure Cove, and the final land in this guide, Adventure Isle. This is Shanghai's version of Adventureland and is home to 3 great attractions. Roaring Rapids is a rapids-based water ride that has a rich and unique backstory with its association to the League of Adventurers, which is similar to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. It features plenty of drops, turns, and water features, and look out for the massive audio animatronic of a giant crocodilian beast named Karak. Make sure you have your poncho for this one. Soaring Over the Horizon is the popular hand-gliding flying attraction that takes you through beautiful scenery from around the world. It is similar to the attractions in Epcot, Disney's California Adventure, and Tokyo Disney Sea, albeit with a unique pre-show and queue line. The final attraction in Adventure Isle is one of my favorites, Camp Discovery Challenge Trials. A thrilling elevated rope course allows guests to traverse the terrain of the Roaring Mountain. Throughout the course, there will be 2 or 3 options to complete each section, offering different levels of difficulty, making a great attraction for all guests. In the Camp Discovery area, there are also some walking trails and a hands-on dig site for the younger guests. Shanghai Disneyland also has some other entertainment, including the Mickey Storybook Express, a daytime parade with the longest route ever seen at a Disney park, beginning in Toy Story Land and going through Tomorrowland and the Gardens of Imagination, giving plenty of great viewing areas. Floats include Tangled, Finding Nemo, Mulan, Frozen, and Toy Story. And with an original theme song and plenty of classic Disney tunes, you'll love this awesome parade. At night, you can enjoy Illuminate, a nighttime celebration. The show utilizes projection mapping, flames, fountains, lasers, and lighting to give you a fully immersive experience, and features over 34 different Disney, Pixar, and Marvel films throughout the spectacular performance. That is a perfect way to end your day at the amazing Shanghai Disneyland. So that wraps up all the current attractions in the park, but there is an exciting new land expansion coming to the park in the near future. City of Zootopia will be a brand new land located behind Fantasyland, and will include plenty of shopping and dining locations inside the many buildings within the city. At the recent D23 Expo, we saw a glimpse of the Citizens of Zootopia puppet show and the amazing audio animatronic that will be at the entrance of the brand new fully immersive dark ride that will be the main feature of the land. It was originally planned to be finished in 2021, but due to the obvious delays, will now be opening at some point in 2023, which I can't wait to check out. So that completes all 356 Disney Park attractions, and I would love if you could share some of your favorites in a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video in any way, please don't hesitate to hit the like button, and if you want to help out the channel even more, then consider subscribing or check out my new Patreon for exclusive behind the scenes and early access to some of my new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Disney Parks Addict.